friend of mine, and he's a legend in Starkville and around the SEC. Rocky Felker was a former quarterback at Mississippi State, former head coach. And, Coach, I said a while ago that you were going to be joining us and that you were the offensive coordinator at Arkansas back when they were good. Welcome to the broadcast. Appreciate you being here.
Well, thank you, Jason. We did win the West one year when I was offensive coordinator, which was first time I think Arkansas won the West.
Yeah, certainly had some really, really good years there in Fayetteville, Arkansas. We're going to talk about this matchup here in a moment, but right now we're going to go down on the field to Eddie Hammond, who's with both captains for EMCC and also Holmes, and we're going to have the coin toss. We're going to find out who is going to kick off and receive the football. So we'll be joining the White Hat here in just a moment as the captains are shaking hands.
Hey, thank y'all for that first act of sportsmanship. I appreciate it. My name is David. That's Jody. We're here to make sure your game is safe, fair, and sportsmanlike, and we appreciate what you guys do working hard to prepare for the toughest league in America, in my opinion, right?
Yes, sir.
East Mississippi, you are the visitor tonight. There's heads, that's tails. I'm going to catch it since the grass is a little thick. What's your call, sir?
Tail.
It calls tails.
Tails is the call.
It's tails. You've won the toss.
You want the ball?
Want the football, all right? Which way you want to kick it to?
Kick it to the school.
You want to kick it to the scoreboard, okay? You'll put your back this way. Okay, EMCC won the toss and going to take the football, which is kind of going against traditional strategy these days. But I like it. They want to put the ball in that quarterback's hand and see if they can move it.
Well, what EMCC, Eddie, is wanting is they're wanting to kind of drive down the field, kind of set the tone for this football game, aren't they, Rocky?
Yeah, they are. It's going to be a battle of two offenses. Completely different. You got Holmes running the I call it the wishbone, but the flex bone, and not throwing the football very much. Then you got the wide open spread offense that East Mississippi runs. So it's going to really be a battle of two different philosophies, and that's why East Mississippi took the ball, because it's going to be all about keeping it from the other team because of ball control.
Do you like to see this kind of old style of football that Holmes runs with that triple option or wishbone or flexbone, whatever you want to call it?
Well, I know as a coach you don't like to see it because you don't see it very much, and when you have to line up in defense that wishbone and it's hard to be prepared for it when you only see it 1 or 2 times a year, and that's the challenge tonight for East Mississippi's defense.
Yeah, and they have traditionally struggled with this offense because EMCC is kind of a fly to the football, and you have to be disciplined on defense when you play this style of offense. Shavonki Harrington, Keon Moore, Fred Hervey, Rashad Eads, your captains for EMCC. For Holmes Community College, Titus Hurd, he is the backup quarterback. Also Tavian Johnson and Tyler Taylor. Coach, 14 different ball carriers for Holmes already on offense. That shows you what they like to do. Obviously on offense, they average 294 yards a game total. 255 of those on the ground, so only 38 through the air. They score about 20 points a game. Defensively, they allow 390 a game, 127 of those on the ground, 262 through the air. They give up about 28 points a game. EMCC offensively, we're about to see them. They average about 493 yards a game, 340 of those are through the air. So two teams that do different things. As right. EMCC is going to have the speedy Zach Patterson out of Corinth, Mississippi. He'll be backed up deep. He'll go inside the 10-yard line across the way from us. And also joining him is Jaqueline Smith. Smith is going to be lined up around the 10-yard line here on the near side. Teeing up the football for Holmes. He's going to kick it off here in just a moment is Easton Curry. As Curry's going to come up on it on the 35, gets his right foot into it, and it's high end over end. And it's going to be Patterson who's going to wait for it, middle of the field to 15, goes across the 20, has the seam across the way, out across the 30, and he's going to be wrestled down around the 33-yard line. So a nice return that time. Making the tackle is going to be Tyler McDaniel for Holmes. Holmes dressed in all maroon. It's sort of a reddish maroon, kind of reminds you a little bit of the Arkansas Razorbacks, Coach, and they've got dogs written on the side that sometimes looks like an Arkansas helmet from here. So you're going to probably be taken back to your days in Fayetteville. White jerseys, red pants for EMCC with the red helmet and the chrome Detroit Lion logo on either side. So Connor Neville will be in the shotgun. He'll have trips wide to the near side, which is the wide side of the field. Spotted the football close to the 34 over on the right hash. It's a handoff and going towards the near side as he gets out across the 40. He's going to be up around the 43-yard line. That's Zias Perryman, the freshman from Laurel. So he's going to gain about 5 to 6 yards on the play, close to 7 after the dust settles. And EMCC is going to have a nice play on first down. And Coach, as I said, they go really fast on offense.
Yeah, of course, they're in a 4 wide out set, East Mississippi, and see how many Holmes is going to put in the box to try to stop that running game.
Second and a long 2 from the 42, and they're going to leave it with Perryman. He comes around the near side. He's going to be tackled behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to be dropped around the 41, so he's going to lose a couple of yards. Racing Carr will come up and make the stop, and so now all of a sudden EMCC's in a third down situation after the negative play.
Right, they brought pressure off the edge, and defensive end and outside linebacker blitzed, and got in and made a loss.
Ball on the near hash at the 42, moving from right to left. Twins on the wide side, Twins near side, short side of the field. Neville surveys the field, throws it over the middle. Purvis Frazier has it at the 45, first down and more. Plenty of real estate. It's a foot race down the far sideline inside the 20, and he's going to be tripped up somewhere in the neighborhood of the 17-yard line as Dietrich Pewitt will run him down from behind. It looks like he's going to step out of bounds around the 18, Coach. And that's
they brought a little drag route and hit him real close to the line of scrimmage, and of course he had a lot of daylight. Once he caught the ball, you knew he was going to run a long way.
So Purvis Frazier moves the sticks 15-30 and counter 13-30 rather, and counting here in the first half. We're in the first quarter of play. EMCC will snap it from inside the 20 down to the 18 of Holmes. Inside handoff, Perryman is just going to bow up around the 10-yard line, and he's going to push guys forward inside the 10 at about the 9. So Dietrich Pruitt will come up and make another tackle. The freshman's had a good first defensive series so far. So he's going to have about 8 yards on the play, so it's going to be second down and 2.
Anticipate pressure right here from the Holmes defense.
In the shotgun once again is Neville. He's going to go with the check with me as he looks across the way. Zias Perryman is going to be flanked off his right shoulder. Twin receivers either side. Ball placed right in the middle of the field, just inside the 10-yard line. So second down and a long 1.5. Neville back to pass, fires it short on the sideline, and it is caught by Austin Morphus. He has a first down as he spun down around the 5-yard line as Tyler Taylor will spin him down.
First down.
So it will be a first down for EMCC. That'll be a first down and goal situation now. Spot of the football will be on the right hash at the 5. It's a first down and goal to go situation. Twins either side. Perryman now shift from the left to the right as Neville will raise his right leg, and it's an inside give to Perryman, and he is going to keep turning his legs towards the goal line, but he's going to be just shy. I was going to say his knee goes down around the 2, so he's going to gain 3 on the play, and that'll bring up now a second and goal, middle of the field. Let's check in with Eddie Hammond on the sidelines.
Just bringing it right at them right now. Got everybody playing a little soft on the corner from what I can tell here, and kind of gave him a chance to hit that out route down there, pick up the first down, but looks like they're just going to play smash mouth.
Lions in the shotgun. Twins either side, ball middle of the field at the 2. On second down and goal, Perryman tries to go around the right side, breaks a tackle, and he's going to walk into the end zone. And it's a touchdown EMCC from 2 yards out, and the Lions are on the board. They take it down the field and score from 66 yards out on the drive. And EMCC caps it with that 2-yard touchdown run by Zias Perryman, the freshman. That's his 5th touchdown on the season as we'll await the PAT. What'd you like about that offensive drive, Coach?
Well, they did anything they wanted to do. They ran the ball when they wanted to, threw the football and had receivers open. It looked like Holmes was, they had a lot of people in the box, more people than East Mississippi could block, but yet still they were able to run the football. So, good start.
Point after attempt by Josh Smith is good, and the Lions lead it 7-0 with 11:41 to go here in the first quarter. We'll be back with the kick to the Bulldogs in a moment. This is the EMCC Football Network. to receive, and here's a high end over end kick that's going to angle towards Dill at the 10-yard line, and it's going to go across the 15 and across the 20, gets up to the near hash around the 25, and he's going to be stopped around the 20s. That's actually Kelly, I beg your pardon, not Dill, on the return, and I knew as soon as he started running the football, that was not Dill. Had to check it, that's Kelly. So it's a nice start on the return, and we'll give a good field position for Holmes as we see this triple option attack. It was a 2-yard touchdown run just a moment ago by Zias Perryman. We have 11:33 to go in the first quarter. EMCC takes it 66 yards down the field, and they score in their opening drive. All right, Coach, we get
well,
to
you got
see
a triple option right here. You know, you got a fullback, you got to stop, you got a quarterback, you got the pitch back. So
Kyron Beatty up under center will take the snap. He's going to keep it. Yep, as he goes on the triple option around the left side, he's going to be slung down as he gets across the 35 up to the 37-yard line. So that's a gain of close to 10 yards on the play. E.J. Woods will make the tackle. They're going to stop him 9 yards after he gets across the line of scrimmage. So it's going to bring up now about a second and a little over a yard. And Beatty on the year hasn't thrown it an awful lot, 8 of 24 for 148 yards, but he's scored 2 touchdowns through the air, but really rushing the football has been his forte, 421 yards so far.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big thing, you know, defensively, you got to play assignment football. Somebody's got to take the fullback every play, somebody's got to take the quarterback, somebody's got to take the pitch back.
Terry Bryant will line up in the middle. He'll not take the ball as they're going to pitch it on the near side, getting out across the 40, out across the 45, and diving forward is going to be number 11. That's Dylan Kelly, who will get the first down, and that's why it makes it so difficult as Kel Williams will make the tackle on the corner here on the near side. But, Coach, boy, I thought he handed it to Bryant there for a second to look up, and 10's coming near side. We just don't see this so often. It just almost makes it difficult to call.
And the quarterback's got good quickness. You know, he's got good quickness, and he can make some plays running the ball, and we just saw what the pitchback can do with the, you know, when you get it on the edge.
Set up like a wing T formation. Bryant will be your tailback, who will be right behind Kelly. Or excuse me, I beg your pardon, Beatty, who's going to be up under center. He'll take the snap. This time he does leave it with Bryant to go straight up the gut. And he's going to get inside EMCC territory. And after the dust settles, he will be at the 46-yard line. So a nice gain. Boy, they have just gotten gain after gain after gain on first down as Fred Hervey comes in to make the stop. Fred Hervey on the year has led EMCC in tackles. That's his 44th on the season.
Well, it's you know, it's 4 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yeah.
You know, it's that philosophy, and when you run this kind of offense, and when you can hand it to the fullback and get 4 yards, you know, that's a positive play.
It's a gain of 6 on that one, so it's going to set up a 2nd down and 4, moving from left to right. Spotted the football to the 46-yard line here on the near hash. And they fake the give to Bryant, and it's the quarterback who's going to be stopped at the 50-yard line. And coming up to make a huge hit that time for EMCC is going to be Jamon Gordon, who just rides the back of Beatty. And I was looking around trying to find out who had the football myself. I mean, you've got guys that even though they may not have the football, they continue on in their route or right. the play, acting as if they have the football. And that's one thing that kind of shies the defense away just a little bit. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and long after a loss of 3 back at the 49-yard line.
Beatty misread the defensive end. You know, there was a triple option, and he should have given the ball to the fullback, and he might still be running if he had.
8:47 and counting in the first quarter. 7-0 EMCC. Ball spotted middle of the field at the 49 for Holmes. Holmes on the option to the left side, and
good.
Quarterback's going to keep it, and he's going to dive down the seam, and he's going to get inside the 47, somewhere near the 46. E.J. Woods will make the stop, so nice run by Beatty, and nice decision that time. But it'll bring up 4th down, though. He doesn't get the first down. But I think he'd lose his yard if he pitches it that time.
Good job on the defense. You know, quarterback. We had him outnumbered on the edge that time, so they ran a little bit of a trap option, and defense did a good job recognizing it and holding it to a not much of a gain.
So they'll snap it from their own 48-yard line. They gained a yard, so it'll bring up now a 4th down situation. Standing inside his 40 is Easton. Easton crouches down on the snap. He has a 41-yard average on the year. Kicks it away from Patterson, as most teams do. Patterson was on the near seam. He kicks it inside the 10. It's going to roll inside the goal line for a touchback. So EMCC will get a pretty decent starting field position. Not as good as they had to start, but they moved it down the football field and scored. And that was a win for EMCC because even though they gave up yardage, they came up with a big stop without any kind of damage as far as flipping the field. They flipped the field themselves.
No doubt. It was really a good job. You know, Holmes got first down first couple of times, and but then the defense did a good job on that second down of sacking the quarterback and forcing a third down long. So as long as they're not averaging 4 or 5 yards a carry, then you can play you can play this kind of defense.
7:48 to go in the first quarter, 7-0. Lions have the lead and they have the football. Ball middle of the field, their own 20. Trips wide side of the field. To the right is short wide side of the field, I should say, or slightly wide, as it's Deion Moore goes straight up the middle. The ball was placed a little bit towards the near hash, and so a minimal gain of about 2, so that'll bring up a 2nd and 8. Keon Moore getting the first carry of the second series. Tyler McDaniel will make the stop for Holmes. They're going to line up with Trips Ryan again, single receiver here on the near side. Moore is going to be flanked off to the left to Connor Neville, the Beaverton, Oregon native. He'll snap it on 2nd down and a long 7 here in just a moment. Play clock is winding down, and now we have a penalty flag, and it's a false start on EMCC. And one thing, Coach, we've seen with EMCC this year is they've had a hard time really getting some consistent, sustained drives because of pre-snap penalties like that, and some holding calls have hurt them as well. And you see Buddy Stevens not happy across the way over there, Eddie Hammond.
No, he's not. It's just, just took too long, I think, to get the play call to the quarterback.
Neville ready to snap it, and he does after the 5-yard mark off. He throws it on a slip screen on the right side to Brownlee. Brownlee is going to push some people out of the way, and he's going to be tripped up as he gets across the 25-yard line, as the spot of the football was on the 18-yard line after the penalty. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and medium situation. Brownlee with the catch.
Important drive right here, to get some points on the board for East Mississippi.
Ball on the right hash, just shy of the 25-yard line. Neville back to pass, clean pocket, fires it out of the backfield to Perryman on the right side, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds. Actually, it is Perryman who's in there, as Tyler Taylor is going to push him out of bounds. Correction, that is Keon Moore. EMCC wearing the white jerseys with the red numbers tonight. Not that hard to see, but for whatever reason, couldn't see jersey number 5. They will swap them out sometimes, though, on series. Creeping up these linebackers for Holmes. They flank out of the backfield Keon Moore, and they throw it on a slip screen to Brownlee, and Brownlee's going to get the first down as he marches up the 45-yard line, pushed out of bounds. As he gets close to midfield, Delvin Kirkland will push him out of bounds, so that'll move the chains. And EMCC,
a little bubble screen that time, I believe. And that's the thing. Receivers are running wide open right now. That's I don't believe they can stop the passing game right now the way their defense in this.
Gain of 12 by Brownlee as they have it at the 48-yard line, and it's a screen pass to Moore around the right side again. They like that right side of the defense, Coach, or it should be the left side of the defense. Another bubble screen as he goes inside the 45-yard line, as Devontae Holman will knock him off his feet, and it's 2nd down and short.
So that's the thing about the spread offense. You spread them out. If they don't go out there on them, then you raise up and hit them, and that's what East Mississippi's doing a good job of.
So gain of 8 on the play. Spotted the football down to the Holmes 45-yard line, moving from right to left. Neville with the snap. He'll leave it with his tailback Moore, still turning his legs, but he's hit at the line of scrimmage, and he cannot make any forward progress. Rasan Carr will make the stop, and the official stands just inside the 45, so Coach will give him a couple of inches. But that's going to bring up now a 3rd down and short situation for the Lions, as they are out on offense at the 45 of Holmes, moving from right to left, twin receivers either side. Moore's flanked off to the left of Neville, who looks back at the far sideline. 5:04 and counting to go in the first quarter. 7-0 EMCC. It's their 2nd offensive possession here in Goodman. Neville in the shotgun. Now will flank his back from right to left. Races his right leg, takes a snap, hands it off to Moore. Goes up the middle. The ball's on the ground, and there's a scramble for it, and I think Holmes fell on it. Holmes fell on it about a yard away from the line of scrimmage. Holmes is going to have it at the 44. So that's a disastrous mistake for EMCC. Edwin Herrard is going to come up with it. The Eupora native comes up big there.
He was going to get the first down, it looked like, and just didn't protect the football and came loose, and really disappointing because looked like East Mississippi had a drive going there.
Eddie will come to you here after this first play from scrimmage for Holmes. They'll have it 1st down and 10 to go from their own 44-yard line, moving left to right. Bryant gets in the 3-point stance. Quarterback, Beatty goes up under center, is going to pitch it near side, and that's Kelly, and Kelly's going to slip a tackle, and he's going to dive inside the midfield mark. He's going to get around the 47.5-yard line, and making the tackles E.J. Woods.
21.
Yeah, it looks like we have an injured EMCC defender. Looks like that's Cavante Ruggs, the big 6'4", 210-pound sophomore. who's favoring his right ankle. Let's go down on the field now to Eddie Hammond.
Jason Connor just didn't get the ball in the pocket. Coach knows what about that. He just kind of had it on his hip, and he had the yardage, and he was kind of grasping for it, and just never got it up in that pocket to where he could clamp down on it.
Thank you, Eddie. Great eyes down there on the field. So it's going to be a second down and short after the gain of 9 by the tailback. That was Dylan Kelly, the sophomore running back, who on the season averages 4 yards a carry. And so it'll be a second and short, and they're assisting Ruggs here on the near side. Now he's able to walk on his own accord across the way. Coming up at the half, we're going to have a Major League Baseball report. Boy, the National League Division Series was disappointing. If you're a Braves fan like me, Coach.
Cardinal fan like me.
Oh, no. If I'd have known that, I wouldn't ask you to be in the booth with me tonight. Hey, Coach, a big game coming up this weekend, Tennessee. I know you have fond memories. Was it 1986 when you were coaching at Mississippi State as the head coach? Y'all had an upset win against the Vols on TBS.
We did. We went to Knoxville and shocked the world. Nobody thought we would go to Knoxville and win. They had a really good team coming back, and really last time Mississippi State's won up there. Not that we hadn't played a lot of games up there, but
right.
It is the last time we won.
You talked about Beatty, the quarterback for Holmes, having speed. You had Don Smith. He had a lot of speed.
He looks like Don Smith running the ball.
Takes a snap. He'll hand it off on an inside handoff to his tailback, Bryant, who's going to dive inside the 45 down to the 44. Jamon Gordon will make the tackle. That's enough for a first down.
Yeah, I mean, you got to stop the fullback, and he only gained 2 or 3 yards on it, but it was enough for the first down. And, East Mississippi is playing a quarters coverage with those safeties that got to get involved in that option, and they're just not coming up quick enough. Particularly when you see the pitchback able to run and gain a lot of yards.
3:46, 3:45, counting clock here in the first quarter. 7-0 EMCC. The Lions stopped Holmes on their first possession, but on the second possession for the Lions, they fumbled it just inside Holmes territory. And now going straight up the middle is Bryant again, and he is going to get down to the 40-yard line. So he'll gain 4 on the play, and that'll bring up now a second down and 6.
They handed that fullback. They're gonna make Scuba stop the fullback, and then when they start doing that, that's going to set up the quarterback being able to run, or being able to pitch the ball to the running back. And that's how Scuba stopped them. The first series was the misread by the quarterback. So I'm sure Coach told him, "Hey, you make them stop the fullback first."
Second down and 6. Spotted the football, the 40 of EMCC for Holmes. Up under center goes to the quarterback, Beatty. He'll take the snap. He pitches it to his tailback to the left side, who's going to be bottled up around the line of scrimmage. He dives forward down to the 39-yard line, and that's going to be Danny Woodard, the Choctaw County native. He's tackled by C.J. Terrell outside the hash over across the way. So it's going to bring up a third down and medium for this Holmes offense that's been efficient so far. They stumped their toe around this area on their first possession, and they want to be able to convert here.
And they could be in a 4-down zone right here too.
That's true, and you got to watch out too for number 1. That's Caleb Ducking. He stands 6'5". He's a Mississippi State commit.
Right. And
sometimes they'll sneak him around in reverse, running the football, and he's been effective doing that from time to time this season. He'll line up here at the wideout position here on the near side. Under center as the quarterback takes a snap, hands it off to his fullback, spins as he gets inside the 35, running middle of the field, and he's going to drag the pile down inside the 30, down to the 29. And so on third medium, he got 7 yards, and that's enough for a first down. Julius Coates will come up and wrap up and make the tackle. Big Coates at 6'7", 275 out of Rockford, Illinois.
They're handing the ball to the fullback. Fullback's been a big part of this few first downs they've gotten in this drive, and they're gonna make Scuba stop the fullback. And
Martavius Dill's going to check back in. Dill's going to be lined up behind the right tackle here on the near side. Watch out for him. They're going to go 2 wide, single receiver either side. Up under center is Beatty. Kyron Beatty will turn, and he gives it to the fullback. As you mentioned, Coach, ball's on the ground, and EMCC's going to pick it up. Do they scoop and score? And trying to go around the right side. He's undercut around midfield, and that is a huge, huge turnover, and that is going to be Fred Hervey. Hervey always has a nose for the football, and he's going to pick it up inside the 30 and bring it out near midfield. So EMCC gets that turnover back, and we're even in the turnover game.
Great job by the defense. That's what you got to do when the ball's on the ground. You got to take advantage of it. And now the offense is critical time right now. We need to take it down to get points.
Fred Hervey this season has just been a monster on defense. Hervey anchors that defense. 43 tackles coming in. Has had a couple so far. He's 5'11", a sophomore from Charleston. And he's going to have a chance, and he will play somewhere next season at the D1 level. We'll check in with Eddie Hammond here in just a moment. First down, 10 to go. Ball just inside the 50-yard line. They're inside Holmes territory at the 49. Ball on the right hash. Getting the ball out of his hands quickly to Frazier. Frazier makes a move on a man at the 45, and between the hash and the numbers, is going to be tackled around the 43-yard line. Rasan Carr is going to make the tackle. Let's check in with Eddie Hammond on the sidelines.
Checked in on Cavante Ruggs. They said he's going to be okay. Looks like he got something wrong with his right ankle, but he's going to be all right.
All right, thank you. Appreciate that, Eddie. Purvis Frazier is going to move from the left side to the wide side of the field, and they'll set up trips right on 2nd down and 4. And new tailback out there as they hand it off and going around the right side, getting the first down and trying to go down the sideline inside the 30 and tackled as he gets near the 25-yard line, and that is Ham McGee, the new tailback for the Lions, and he's going to move the chains on a big gain. Johnson's going to knock him off his feet for Holmes. Nose of the football will be at the 25 on the right hash. And, Coach?
Good speed right there, getting on the edge. And it was a sweep that East Mississippi ran. Instead of a dive to the back, a sweep to the outside, and good gain.
So they'll go twins either side. They're wanting to go hurry up as soon as the chains are set. They're ready to snap it. Here's the snap from the 25. They throw it near side. Rashad Eads catches it at the 20. Stiff arm Saban at the 16. He's going to be run out of bounds between the 15 and 10-yard line. Actually, he's going to step out of bounds near the 7. I thought he got out just before the 10, but the official says he's in between the 6 and 7-yard line. Irvin Mincy will make the tackle. So it's first down and goal to go for EMCC, up 7-0, trying to tack on another touchdown lead. And now we only have 1 second left here in the first quarter. Boy, the scoreboard's hard to see. It's out of our view. Coach every once in a while point to it, so I'll remember to tell the time and score. 7-0 as we have the end of the first quarter. We'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter, live here in the booth at Ross Branch Stadium on the campus of Holmes in Goodman. You're listening to the EMCC Football Network. He leads at 7-0, and they have a first and goal to go from the 6-yard line. When we start the second quarter of play, we'll take a look at a couple of statistics. 6 first downs for EMCC, 3 for Holmes. Holmes was 11 carries of 55 yards, 9 carries, 41 yards for EMCC. Lions passed for 108 yards there in that first half. They had 17 plays for 149 yards. Both teams with a turnover. Time of possession, 7:38 for EMCC, 7:22 for Holmes. That won't last long. EMCC normally a little bit more up-tempo. First down, goal to go from the 6 on the left hash as they switch into the field. Ham McGee gets the inside handoff, and he dances up the middle. He's hit, spins. Does he get in? Yes! Touchdown, EMCC. He runs it in right up the middle from 6 yards out, and the Lions stretch the lead to 13-0 with 14:56 to go before halftime.
The thing about the stats that impressed me is Neville's 8 for 8. I mean, anytime he wants to throw a hitch, anytime he wants to throw a bubble, they're just giving it to him, and that's so they can, the passing game, great balance by the offense, running and throwing.
We'll await the snap back by Burton. Here it is. The hold's good. The kick is in over in, straight through the uprights. It's good. 14-0. Lions lead it. 2 rushing touchdowns for EMCC here in this game. With 14:56 to go, Lions are up 14-0. We'll be back in just a moment. You're listening to the EMCC Football Network. With the lead, Let's go down on the field now to Eddie Hammond.
It appears to me, Jason, that Holmes has got to bring those cornerbacks up to give a little more press coverage. They're just giving the lines all they want in these stick routes, curl routes, bubble screens, whatever they want to. They're picking up yardage on every play. They got to do something different.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Eddie. Coach was talking about that just a few moments ago as EMCC is going to kick it off from left to right from the 35. It's a squib kick, middle of the field. It's going to roll inside the 20, and it's going to be inside the 15 before it's picked up, and that is going to be Kelly, and he gets out across the 30, out across the 35, 40, still on his feet, dances middle of the field. It's across midfield, and between the hashes is finally going to be brought down inside the 45 at around the 44-yard line, and that was an excellent return. Jalen Kunchis will make the stop for EMCC, and we're just inside the start of the second quarter play. Lions up 14-0. Both of EMCC's touchdowns have been on the ground. The freshman Zias Pearman with a 2-yard run, the freshman Ham McGee with an 11-yard run to start the second quarter. Coach, now the defense finds itself a little on its heels now as they start a defensive series defending their own field.
Well, defense done a great job keeping them out of the end zone.
That's all that matters, right?
That's what we need this quarter.
Beatty will take the snap, and he's going to hand it off to his fullback who goes straight up the middle. That's Bryant on the fullback dive, and he's going to gain about 2 on the play as he'll get down to about the 42-yard line. So that'll bring up now 2nd down and 8. And the one thing, too, that happens when you're facing this offense is it can lull you to sleep, Coach. And then all of a sudden, boom, you look up, and you'll see a wide receiver wide open that will just walk into the end zone. So EMCC's defensive backs, their secondary has to stay awake in this.
No doubt, and pretty much East Mississippi is committing 9 people to stop this option offense.
Here's the snap, and the quarterback goes around the right side. He doesn't pitch it, cuts down the seam, and he's going to get down to the 35-yard line, which is close to a first down. He's got to get, of course, to the 34. E.J. Wood will make the stop, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1. And a 3rd and 1 is so difficult to defend. A 3rd and short, any kind of short situation against this triple option attack.
And again, this could be a 4-down zone right here because this kind of offense, you're going to go for it on 4th down a lot more than you would otherwise because of this running game.
13:37 and counting to go here in the second quarter. Lions lead at 14-0. Holmes has the ball at the EMCC 35 on 3rd and 1. Inside handoff, 1st down and much more as they'll dive inside the 35 down to the 29-yard line. And they've pitched it right and left a time or two, but they have just been beating up EMCC up the middle with that fullback dive. And it's Deshaun Page, the Knoxville, Tennessee native, who is going to make the stop. So it's a 1st down. 10 to go as they get inside the 30 down to the EMCC 29. Ball placed on the right hash.
Turnovers have been a big key, and defense has to keep them out of the end zone. With turnovers, fumble ball on the ground. Now's a good time to come up with one.
Kyron Beatty will break huddle around the 35. They'll walk up to the football at the 29. Ball's going to be placed on the right hash. Twin receivers, or single receiver either side, I should say. Back to pass, fires it deep over the middle. That's a man open, that's ducking. He caught it. Touchdown, Holmes. Well, they haven't given the signal, but he caught it and took about 5 steps, and it's touchdown. And like I said, Caleb Ducking, the sophomore who's a Mississippi State commit, is going to be good for 29 yards on that pitch and catch from his quarterback, Beatty.
He ran a post pattern, kind of a skinny post, and the quarterback made a really good throw. Safety was back here, but receiver was able to get up behind him and make the touchdown. And also they ran a back up the sideline. That Scoop was going to see that again. East Mississippi will.
Little decoy. The kick is good as Easton Curry got it just through the left upright. It was a line drive kick on the PA attempt, and now this game's gotten tight. It's 14-7. EMCC on top at the 12:51 mark of the second quarter. We'll be back in the booth with Rocky Felker, Jason Crowder, and on the field, we'll check in with Eddie Hammond. This is the EMCC Football Network. You see on top, Holmes just got on the board, 29-yard touchdown pitch and catch from their quarterback, Kyron Beatty, to the Mississippi State commit, the sophomore, Caleb Ducking. threw it down the right hash, and he was wide open. Actually, he was about 5 steps on his defender, which is pretty wide open. And we had just talked about that just a moment ago, Coach, about lulling this secondary to sleep. End over end kick backing up is Patterson. He'll take it at the goal line. Across the 5, comes to the numbers at the 10. Jukes a guy at the 15, stays on his feet as he balances himself around the 20. Finally goes down around the 24-yard line. I'm going to say he actually had that right toe out of bounds at the 20. So when he went down to keep his balance, Coach, he stepped out of bounds. So that's going to be about a 20-yard return, 19.5 if you want to be technical about it. And EMCC will have it first down, 10 to go from their own 20, moving left to right, leading 14-7. Let's check in with the third member of our broadcast crew, Eddie Cabot, on the sidelines. And boy, I tell you what, that short field hurt EMCC defensively.
It really did, Jason. And when Ducking got down there, just lulled him to sleep. And that kid, 6'5", with long arms, he laid it up there like he needed to, and he just brought it down as he got behind the guy.
Thank you, Eddie. We'll check back in with you momentarily. Rocky Felker, Jason Crowder here with you in the booth. Trips wide side of the field to the left. Zias Perryman back out there, gets the inside handoff, trying to go behind left tackle, going to be tripped up as he gets across the line of scrimmage around the 21. He'll fall forward to the 22, so we'll say he's going to get 2 yards on the play. So it'll bring up second down and 8. Tyler McDaniel will trip him up for the Holmes Bulldogs. Holmes wearing all maroon, kind of looks like an Arkansas red with the maroon helmets, white face mask, EMCC, white jerseys, red pants, and the red chrome helmets. Well, they're showing some pressure, and now all of a sudden I think we have some movement. Yes, we do. Penalty flag flies, and EMCC is going to have a pre-snap penalty. They're going to commit a false start, and that'll back them up 5 yards, so they'll be back at the 17-yard line on a second down and 13 situation now. They had a second and 8. It's second and 13 after the 5-yard penalty. 12-17 now. The clock rolls. Here in the second quarter, Lions up 14-7. They need a sustained drive here to put some points on the board, take that touchdown back. They'll take Perryman in motion out of the backfield. They're going to go on the bubble screen here on the near side. It's caught by Brownlee out across the 25 before he's hit there. He'll fall forward just over the 25-yard line, and he was hit very hard, and that's going to bring up a third down situation. Tyler McDaniel again, Coach. We've called out his name a lot, but pretty good defense.
That was a hit. That was a hit there. He came up and did a great job. Stunning the receiver. It looked like he was going to get a first down there, but now we've got a big 3rd and 5 coming up right here.
So 3rd and medium, as Coach mentioned. Linebackers creeping up, showing a little pressure. Want to put some pressure on Neville. Neville in the shotgun with twin receivers. They jump off sides here on the near side, but they get back. They don't make contact. Neville all day to throw. Throws it to Perryman underneath. He's checked down, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds out around the 29-yard line. Depends on where the official's going to spot it. We really couldn't see the sideline for all the Holmes players here on the near side, but he does get to the 29, so it's going to bring up a 4th down in 1 situation. And we've seen Buddy Stevens go for it in this situation before. What do you think he does? He's going to punt it. As soon as they ask the question, he's trotting Josh Smith out on to the field. So Buddy Stevens going to punt it away. Charles Jefferson came up with a big stop there because Perryman was about a yard away from getting a first down, and Perryman's like a greased pig out there sometimes. He's hard to get down. Under 11 minutes to play, clock rolling here in the first half. 14-7. EMCC with a lead. Smith will take it from the 15. He's going to kick it with his right foot. It's high end over in, middle of the field, and Kelly's going to get away from it. It's going to take a Holmes bounce up the far hash, and it's going to go up to the 47, and EMCC dives on it there to stop it. So good field position for Holmes here on their 3rd offensive possession, which is going to be here in the second quarter. Holmes, or this actually is going to be their 4th offensive possession, I beg your pardon. Holmes has done a pretty good job of moving the football up down the field, but they didn't get in the end zone until the last time they had the football, but they had a short field as they took it in from 44 yards out.
It looked like Holmes changed the secondary a little bit, and they did pressure the wideouts a little bit more than they had earlier in the game.
In-game adjustments. They're not overrated, are they, Coach?
No, you got to make adjustments during the game, and it's going to be interesting to see what we do on defense here.
Ball on the right hash, and they give it on the fullback dive again, going straight up the middle and diving forward for 2 yards. Getting up around the 47-yard line. Spot of the football was just across the 45, so it's a second down and 8. Bryant with the carry. Terry Bryant rather, on the season. 256 yards coming in. Jamon Gordon will make the stop. You look up and down the stats, you see 421, 256, 226, 206. So individually, you're like, okay, they're doing pretty good, but not stellar numbers 6 games into the season. Then all of a sudden, boom, you realize you have 14 different ball carriers. Beatty goes up under center, will take the snap. He'll leave it with Bryant again and go straight up the middle, and he's going to be clobbered around the 49. I think they say he reaches forward close to the 50-yard line. I didn't see it, but the far official is going to walk up to the 50, and that's going to be where they're going to place the football. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6 situation. After the gain of 2, Dante Carter plugs a big hole there. Dante Carter is out of New Orleans, Louisiana. He's 6'3", 315. So when you tell him to do some gap assignments, he can do it. He just plug a hole right up there in the middle.
It looks like the edge of the defense is where Holmes is going to try to attack. Outside with the quarterback running outside or the pitchback outside. That looks like the place where. Here we go, right here.
The quarterback's going to take the snap, comes around near side, keeps it himself as he stays on his feet by placing his right hand at the 39-yard line, diving forward down to the 37. Beatty with another great run, does a pitch at Kel Williams, is going to trip him up there, and it's another 1st down. We talked about Dante Carter. He's just a shade over 5'11", right about 6', 315. That kind of reminds me of nose guards back in your day of coaching in the late 80s.
Yeah, we had, you're right, he looks very similar to some of the guys we used to have, 300-pound nose guard.
The shorter guys,
plug a gap. Force the double teams in there, and that's what you got to have.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 to go. Spotted the football on the near hash at the 37-yard line of EMCC. Bulldogs are moving right to left. 6:30 and counting to go here in the 2nd quarter. They're going to leave it with Bryant again. He tries to spin out of a tackle. It does. He tries to go over the far seam, and he's going to be down inside the 35, down about the 34-yard line. So gain of 2. E.J. Woods come up to make the stop.
Good job. Good job on the fullback right there. And just expect that quarterback now to fake it to that fullback and keep the ball on the edge. And that's what you worry about.
14-7, Holmes trailing EMCC here in Goodman. 7:59 and counting to go here in the 1st half. They'll break huddle. Ball will be placed middle of the field.
Might be time for a pass right here, Jess.
You could be right, Coach. They have it at the 34 on 2nd down and 7 yards. Beatty with the snap from up under center, and he's going to pitch it over on the right side, and he's going to pitch it to Kelly, who stays on his feet after being hit around the 30, and he dives forward. And Coach, he's got enough for a 1st down. Tyler Rupert will make the stop. The thing that stood out to me is they've been out in space, and when they've been hit, they've been able to fall forward for about 4 or 5 yards in some cases and keep their balance.
Yeah, East Mississippi is a man short on the edges outside. Safety's not getting up fast enough, or either linebacker's not scraping enough. And just from a numbers game, Holmes is that's the place they're going to try to attack.
Another 1st down. Kelly gets it on the option pitch to the right side. Beatty's going to go up under center. Bryant's his fullback. Single receivers either side. Here's the snap, pitches it near side, and trying to cut as he gets near the 25, and he's going to be down there, so he'll gain about a yard down to the 26-yard line, and that's Woodard. Danny Woodard out of Ackerman, Mississippi, Choctaw County area. That's Aquarius Jamison, who's going to make the stop, who's a little ginger getting up there for just a moment.
Good job on the sweep that time. Holmes ran a little different play. Instead of running the option, they ran a sweep to the man in motion, and defense did a great job pursuing and holding it to a short gain.
Spot of the football will be at the 25. Nose of the football is there. 2nd down and 8 after the gain of 2. Beatty goes up under center, ball placed near hash, takes the snap, leaves it with his fullback, goes straight up the middle. Looks like he's untouched, finally touched once he gets to the 3rd level, and he has a 1st down, and he gets down to the 11-yard line. And coming up with that 1st down is Bankston. Jamison will knock him off his feet. Devontae Bankston, rather. And he glasses, Coach, the freshman running back, big right there with that inside run.
Yeah, boy, he hit the hole quick, and East Mississippi didn't take the fullback, and it looked like he was going to run to the goal line, and we were able to get him down, get him on the ground. But Holmes has it going right now. We just got a fresh defensive line group in there, so see what happens.
5:50 and counting. 14-7 EMCC with a lead, but it's 1st down, 10 to go from the 11 of EMCC. Option keeper by the quarterback Beatty as he cuts down the numbers inside the 5, and he's going to be a couple of yards shy of the 1st down, so it's a 2nd down and short situation. Aquarius Jamison will make the stop again for EMCC, but Holmes knocking on the door of tying this one up, and the Lions once were up 14-0 with a chance to extend the lead even further.
you know, the more times this quarterback runs the option, the more times he's going to make the right decision and have a feel on how East Mississippi is going to try to defense and stop it.
EMCC will have a 4-man front coach. They're going to obviously creep up to the line of scrimmage, those linebackers, on second down and short from the 5-yard line. Inside handoff again and just churning his way. It's Bankston still churning his way, still not down. And he's going to be down around the 2 on the fullback dive. He's close to another first down. So it's a 3rd down in inches situation at the 2-yard line, something you don't see often. Fred Herbie ends up getting him down to the ground, which Bankston we've seen has not been easy to get on the ground. He's been tough going up the middle. 4:36 and counting to go here in the second quarter. 14-7.
He doesn't want to go down.
No.
I mean, he's breaking tackles, and he just refuses to go down, and got some good yardage there.
Which can be dangerous sometimes when you don't want to go down. You get stripped of the football or you get injured.
Right.
3rd down in inches. Beatty goes up under center. It's a single receiver on the right side. Take the snap, fullback dive, going straight up the middle. Is he in the end zone? Should be. They're not signaling it yet. The crowd's cheering and the point after team's coming out, but the officials still haven't signaled touchdown, but we're going to say touchdown. And it is a touchdown. That's the oddest thing. I never saw an official signal touchdown. And that is going to be Bankston, who is going to go straight up the middle for the 2-yard touchdown run. We're a point after away from this game being tied here with 4:09 to go in the first half. 14-13 is the score currently. Coming out now is Easton Curry to attempt the PAT. The snap is low, but picked up by the holder, and the field goal, or the PAT rather, is good as it goes straight through the uprights. Beautiful kick by Easton, and we're tied at 14 with 4:09 to go before halftime. We'll be back with the kick to the Lions in a moment, which 4:09 to go is an eternity for EMCC offensively. We'll be back in a moment. This is the EMCC Football Network. Booth at Ross Branch Field on the campus of Holmes Community College, Goodman, Mississippi. We're tied at 14 apiece. Taking it down the field and scoring it. A 2-yard touchdown run by Bankston has tied things up after the PAT, and we've had 4 touchdowns. 3 have been on the ground, 1 through the air, as Ducking has the only touchdown receiving. That was for Holmes from 9 yards out. Taken at the 9-yard line by Patterson on the end-over-end kick. Tries to reverse his field, goes around the left side, has a hole out across the 30, and he's going to be stopped just shy of the 35-yard line. So EMCC with great field position to start with 4:01 to go here in the second quarter. James Johnson for Holmes will knock him off his feet on special teams. Jason Crowder here with you along with Coach Rocky Felker. And Coach, you said you've never done this before. Well, you're doing quite fine.
Well, I've heard enough people on the radio over the years to kind of, you know, it's easy. Just talk football. Really is all you
absolutely
all you need to do. And you know, one thing Holmes has struggled with is stopping the passing game. And
but as Eddie reported on a while ago, they've gotten a little bit more press coverage on those receivers. Looks like they're sagging off, giving them a little bit more room right now, though, as they snap it from their own 35. Plenty of time. Now firing it here to the near sideline, reaching up, catching it. Brownlee. He's popped in the mouth at the 49-yard line after he leaps up and catches it. But Brownlee's going to be taller than most, and he is going to make a huge catch as Derek Pruitt is going to knock him off his feet.
Really a great throw, great touch on it. The receiver went up and made the catch on a corner route.
So from the 48-yard line, EMCC with a snap and leap with Moore. Moore is isolated on his defender, and he shakes him at the 40, and he's going to run inside the 25-yard line, and he is going to be stopped, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 25. Back-to-back huge plays, 1 through the air, 1 on the ground as Devlin Kirkland will make the stop, and now all of a sudden EMCC's at the 25 of Holmes at the 3:25 mark here in the second quarter as we're knotted up at 14 apiece.
Looks like they're playing more of a 2-deep coverage. Holmes is. Yeah. We got an injured player.
Let's check in with Eddie Hammond. EMCC all of a sudden becoming explosive here on this drive.
You know, the throw he made to the receiver on the outside over there a while ago was really, if you could see it from field level, the guy's hands were all up in his face, and he turned around and took a smack right in the mouth and held on to it. It was a great catch and a great throw.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, we'll check on the injured Holmes player in just a moment as soon as we can identify who that is, as he's starting to sit up now. He has a couple of trainers around him. Thank you to our spotter, Tyler McDaniel, who has been really, really big defensively for Holmes in this game. Clayton Leathers, by the way, is our spotter tonight. We have basically a lot of new people in some positions because of rain coming up tomorrow night. We had some high school football games that were moved to tonight, I think some 54. So Coach Felker's in the booth with me. And down on the field, Eddie Hammond. Eddie's going to be doing play-by-play tomorrow night for the Winona Tigers. WONA out of Winona, Mississippi. Coach Rocky Felker, if you know that name, absolutely you do. He played quarterback at Mississippi State, was once the head football coach of the Bulldogs, offensive coordinator for the Arkansas Razorbacks as well. Coach, while we have a moment, let's talk about JUCO and how important the Mississippi JUCO system is to teams like Southern State and Ole Miss.
Oh, it's a big advantage to have 13 junior colleges playing football in this state, and all three schools do a great job recruiting. And some of the best teams we've had at Mississippi State have been because of junior college players. I'd say it's the second best league in the country other than the SEC.
And you had a kid that played linebacker for you that was from Kosciuszko, Mississippi. Talk about that here in a moment as we're back to action. They throw it over on the far side. They throw it short to Eads. And he's going to march down inside the 20-yard line down to about the 17. James Johnson's going to run him out of bounds. Gain of 9 on the play, so it's 2nd down and 1. Got to get down to the 16 for a first down. 2:57 to go here in the second quarter play. Knotted up at 14 apiece. Down to the 17 of Holmes is EMCC. Ball on the left hash, but we have a penalty flag. That's going to be, is that a false start, Coach?
Looks like the right side, either right guard or right tackle. Really, both of them moved and got the penalty.
So EMCC, that's their 3rd false start penalty of this first half. We'll have it 2nd down and 6 after the 5-yard mark off. Spot of the football will now be the 21. Back to pass as Neville fires it towards the sticks on the far side. It's caught, and getting inside the 15 down to the 14 is going to be Jason Brownlee. Actually, I beg your pardon, that's Rashawn Eads, and he's going to pick up the first down, and that's Young who's going to make the stop for Holmes with 2:34 and counting to go here in the first half. EMCC needs to score here. Holmes is going to get the ball to start the second half. They don't want to give Holmes any time on this clock either. Here in the first half, here's the snap. They hand it off to the tailback, and that's Ham McGee. He's going to come around the near side, gets down to about the 11-yard line as he cut down the seam. So that's going to be a gain of about 3 on the play. So that'll bring up now 2nd down and 7. Tyler Taylor will knock him off his feet. Actually, correction, that's going to bring up a 2nd and 9. I beg your pardon. Here's the snap to the quarterback. Neville fires it near side, caught by Morphus at the 6. He dives inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line at the numbers. Austin Morphus will give EMCC a first down and goal to go situation. All knotted up at 14 apiece with 1:40 and counting to go here in the first half. Correction, that's a 3rd down. I beg your pardon. I thought he got past the sticks. So it's a 3rd down and inches, Coach. Officially calling it 3rd down and 1. Ball is on the 4. He's got to get down to the 3-yard line. High snap pulled down by Jamari Jones, who's the backup quarterback, and they leave it on the inside handoff, and touchdown, EMCC. And that's a huge touchdown. Zias Perryman with his 6th touchdown of the season as he gets the inside handoff from Jones, freshman to freshman, and with 1:15 to go here in the first half, it's 20-14 pending the PAT. EMCC back out in front.
He dragged 3 or 4 in there. I thought he was stopped for a loss, but yeah, he kept fighting and kept scratching and got 3 tough yardage there for a touchdown.
Brett Burton will snap it to Cameron Brown, who will hold it. Josh Smith will attempt the PAT. Here's the snap by Burton. Brown will hold it. The kick is good as it's high and end over end, and it splits the uprights. With 1:15 to go, the Lions are on top by 7, 21-14. That was a huge drive by EMCC offensively. Back in 30 seconds, this is the EMCC Football Network. He'll go back deep to receive for Holmes. Kelly will be standing at the 5-yard line near hash. Far side will be Dill as Josh Smith is going to tee up the football. It was a 4-yard touchdown run by Zias Perryman just a moment ago for the touchdown, and taken by Dill, middle of the field, inside the 5, gets out across the 15, over on the far seam, 25, he has a hole, gets out across 35, 40 on the far sideline, 45, and steps out of bounds near midfield at about the 48. So nice return that time by Dill as he gives his team really good field position, Coach, because there's 1:06 to go here in the first half. If Holmes could score, they get the ball back in the third quarter to start the second half, and that could be a huge momentum swing.
No doubt, this is a big drive. Defense has got to step up here and keep them out of the end zone. Of course, when you run this kind of offense, you know, 2-minute offense is not what you're good at. So it's going to be interesting to see if they try to throw the football, if they're going to keep, stay with the option.
We'll check in with Eddie in a moment as Perryman just scored a moment ago. And Coach talked about how he looked like he was going to be stopped short, but he has such lower and upper body strength. Bobbled and dove upon at the 40-yard line. Dill is going to lose plenty of yardage on the option pitch on the near side. My goodness, he's going to lose about 8 as he goes back to the 40-yard line. So it's now a 2nd down and 18 situation. Let's go down to Eddie Hammond. Eddie, that was some stellar running by the freshman from Laurel just a moment ago to get the end zone.
I tell you what, when they gave him the ball, he had 3 guys on his back at the line of scrimmage, and I mean, it was all individual effort. He hauled every one of them into the end zone. Beautiful play.
Thank you, Eddie. Appreciate that. We'll be checking in with you here in a moment as you'll have a conversation with Coach. Oh, my goodness, Beatty goes straight up the middle, and he slips another tackle, and he's finally going to be brought down after his forward progress. Gets him down to near the 45-yard line. DeMonte Holloman will make the tackle, 22 seconds to go, and there's a timeout called by Holmes. So Holmes not necessarily wanting to talk about it, but just preserve that time. Obviously, they'll talk about what they want to do here because they only have 22 seconds. Coach, if you're the head coach, if you're Jeff Kuntz now, what do you dial up at this moment as far as relative to the clock and where you are on the field with the 3rd down and 4?
Well, you really got 2 downs here. They didn't use a timeout a second ago, so it was, on that fumble. So, it was it's kind of like they, wasn't trying to score. Now they're back in position now. I could see them running a play-action pass and trying to get a big play like they did on the touchdown earlier in the game.
21-14, EMCC with the lead. EMCC with 3 rushing touchdowns to recap this game. Perryman has 2 of the 3 for EMCC. Lions 21-14 is the score. Once again up by 7 with 22 seconds to go. They have a 3rd down and 3 situation. I called it 3rd and 4, but it's 3rd and 3. Spot of the football is the 45 of EMCC on the right hash. Holmes moving from right to left. They'll trot back out onto the field offensively.
They've got 2 timeouts here, so they could get the first down, call a timeout. Whatever they do here, unless it's incomplete, they could use a timeout for another play.
So with those timeouts in their pocket, it doesn't force you to go the sideline route. Without routes and stuff like this, they may want to go that way to preserve them as well, though. Here's the snap. Beatty back to pass. Actually, new quarterback in there. Throws it. It's complete at the 25 down to the 23-yard line. And that is Titus Hurd who's going to complete it. Cassius Walker will make the reception. Actually, I beg your pardon. Making the reception is going to be number 11, Dylan Kelly. So Kelly will make it the reception inside the 25 down to the 24-yard line. And it's a timeout called. And so there's 15 seconds on the clock now. They have the football down to the 24. So it's a 1st down. At this point, that's kind of irrelevant with it being 15 seconds, and they've called a timeout. They do have 1 more timeout left. All right, Coach.
They probably run the same play they just ran. They sent all 4 wideouts deep, 1 down one hash, 1 down the other hash, and read the safety and hit the receiver on the seam route. So they could very easily do the same thing here.
Ball placed on the near hash of the 24. Spot of the football, once again, 24-yard line near hash. 1 timeout left for Holmes, 15 seconds to go. And they're kind of slowing things down just a bit. Hurd's going to go up under center. Twin receivers to the right. Take the snap, looking towards the right as he goes back to pass. He's flushed out of the pocket near side, tries to square and fire, and does towards the 10, but he throws it out of bounds and short of the intended receiver as he was looking for number 88 for Holmes, and that's the tight end Tyrese Wolf, or freshman running back, I beg your pardon. He's listed 5'7", 155 out of Vicksburg, Mississippi. So a little guy out there, and was in position to make the catch, just not a really good throw by Hurd. With 9 seconds to go, it's 2nd down and 10 from the 24 of EMCC for Holmes. So the Bulldogs here on the near hash are going to huddle up around the 30-yard line. Little break huddle with 9 seconds to snap it. Now 7 seconds. Now 6. Crowd kind of urging them on. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. Up under center is Hurd. Back to pass. Has a receiver down the far side, and he throws it up for grabs. He was looking for ducking, but he couldn't out-jump the defender. Now there's 3 seconds left. Boy, I thought that was about to run out the clock, Coach, but Coach is pointing the clock. There's 3 seconds left, so that will give them 1 play. It's 3rd and 10 from the 24, but only 1 play left here in this first half. So Holmes with another chance at the end zone here. Coach, I like what they called there because obviously, ducking is, Eddie Hammond pointed out, he's 6'5", got long arms, and it's a pretty good play to go to the end zone, trying to have him out to jump the defender. The EMCC defender read it right and was there in position. It went off his hands.
Try to do the same thing right now. Throw the ball in the end zone.
Hurd throws it to ducking, and it's a rainbow pass that goes over his head, incomplete. It goes out of bounds, and that'll run out the clock. Goodness gracious alive. We're going to go down to Eddie Hammond now as he's going to be standing nearby with head coach Buddy Stevens.
Coach Stevens, assess your team's play here in the first half.
Offensively, we shot ourselves in the foot a little bit with some motion penalties. We got behind the sticks on that. We had a couple of missed assignments. We punted the ball one time. We've scored 21 points in a half. Didn't get the ball that many. I think we didn't score twice maybe. So we've got we'll get the we've got to play defense first series coming out. They're a very good football team. You never know where the daggum ball is going to be. They're well coached. We just got to take advantage of every single series. Every single series has got to be important. Every single play has got to be important, and we've got to maintain our focus. If we do that, we're going to be all right.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you, Eddie. Appreciate that. We're going to get Coach's thoughts here in just a bit. But right now, we're going to have our halftime stuff from the studio. We've got our Major League Baseball report from the NLDS. I know Coach is going to be smiling through this one as it talks about the Cards, his Cards beating my Braves, and then SEC update as we take a look around the league. And we'll get Coach's thoughts on the first half and his preview of the second half when we come back towards the start of the third quarter. You're listening to the EMCC Football Network, 21-14. EMCC with a lead here at the half. team.
Well, I think the big thing, turnovers are going to play a big thing, and along with East Mississippi just got to keep answering the call. When the opportunity comes to put more points on the board, East Mississippi's got to take advantage of it, and I think that's going to be a big key.
Dylan Kelly backs up deep. He'll back up to the 5-yard line near hash. Dill will be on the far hash inside the 10-yard line as EMCC is going to kick it from right to left. Josh Smith has teed it up at the 35-yard line. Looks like he's going to kick it short. Well, no, he's going to come up and re-tee it as it falls off the tee, and the officials are going to stop the action as the clock will reset with 40 seconds to kick it. Still's going to set up for a short kick, and it's going to be a sky kick, end over end. It's going to go on the far side, and the up back's going to take it at the 29, goes up the numbers at the 32, and he's going to be tackled there by a couple of white shirts leading the charge, Shivanki Harrington. So we're underway. Holmes going to start at their own 33, moving left to right.
Really good job right there. With the kickoff, the blue kickoff, and where Holmes was taking advantage of the field position with the kickoff. Now they got 70 yards to go instead of having a short field.
21-14, EMCC on top here as we start the third quarter of play in Goodman. Jason Crowder here with you along with Coach Rocky Felker. Eddie Hammond on the sidelines. Is coming up under center now will be Kyron Beatty, who had a pretty good first half at quarterback, ran the offense efficiently as he does every week, and he gives it on the fullback dive, goes straight up the middle, and it is a new quarterback as the PA announcer is addressing, and so is our spotter and Rocky Felker here. That is going to be Tyus Hurd. He gave it to his fullback. He goes straight up the middle for a 2-yard gain. Boy, they'll slip that quarterback in on you. 14 and 10, not much difference as far as their body type. As Tyrus Hurd is the sophomore, and Hurd comes out of Tupelo, Mississippi, 6 foot, 185-pounder. Will remain out there at quarterback, and he'll go up under center. Twin receivers near side, single receiver on the far side. So it's second down and 8. Spot of the football is up to the 33. It's going to be pitched to the near side on the option, and plenty of real estate out across the 40. And then he is going to bowl over an EMCC defender, and that is Kelly as he gets across the 45-yard line and steps out around the 48. Kel Williams took the brunt of that, and he ends up on his keister. And my goodness gracious, Kelly was looking for contact there. He had plenty of real estate, but once he was bottled in, he didn't back down.
Holmes lined up in a 3 wideout set. They played the whole first half most of the time with 2 wideouts and 3 running backs. Now they've gone to a 3 wideout set with the new quarterback in there, and spreading the East Mississippi defense out more.
Yeah, and probably trying to counter whatever adjustments EMCC may have made. 5 seconds to snap it. 13:36 on the game clock in the third quarter. Quarterback option near side, pitches it to the tailback, and that's Woodard. He's going to bowl over a man at the 41. He's pushed out of bounds at the sideline somewhere near the 39-yard line. So Woodard's going to pick up a first down. And this is a chance now for Holmes to move down the field and tie this game up. Fred Hervey comes up to make the stop there in EMCC territory at the 39.
They ran a triple option to the right, and East Mississippi took the fullback. Quarterback took it on and took it to the linebacker and pitched the ball, and wasn't anybody on the pitch back. So he gained a nice gain there.
First down, 10 to go from the 39-yard line. Ball placed near hash. Hurd's going to go up under center. Bryant's going to be the fullback. Twins to the left. Single receiver that's ducking near side. Wide side of the field to the left, and EMCC's going to jump off sides, and that's going to be on the, well, Coach, you're saying false start. You must have saw him move first. I saw the big body wearing the white jersey move, and it is a false start. Never question Rocky Felker, right?
Looked like the left tackle moved, and defensive end reacted to him.
All right, so it was the left tackle who's going to be guilty of that false start, so it's going to back him up, and there's a reason why the right side of the defensive side for EMCC jumps. Jamon Gordon was the guy that made contact. Here's the snap after the penalty. It puts it back at the 44, and the fullback dive goes straight up the middle inside the 20, and he slips a tackle. 10 at the numbers, angles to the goal line, touchdown. Holmes is going to score, and that's Bryant who's going to take it all the way in for the touchdown from 44 yards out.
Defensive end didn't close on the fullback, and the quarterback was reading it in, and he didn't take the fullback, so the fullback ran 40 yards with it, and that was a triple option that got to stop the fullback first.
So we'll await the PAT with 12:29 to go in the third quarter. It's 21-20 EMCC on top for the moment. Easton Curry is going to attempt the PAT. He's been successful on his first 2 tries. We'll see how he does on the third. It was a low snap again, but the holder did a great job of putting it in place so Curry could get his right foot into it, and he has tied the game up at 21 apiece. Let's go on the field now to Eddie Hammond. Eddie, Coach mentioned they came out with a different quarterback, different formations, kind of spread EMCC out defensively, and the Lions weren't ready for it.
That's exactly right, Jason. What happened there on that last play, when they hurt him on the outside, and then they weakened up on the inside, and that guy ran through that hole absolutely untouched into the end zone.
All right, Eddie's going to be reporting on the sideline again here in the second half, and Eddie, keep your ears open over what the coaches are talking about just as far as adjustments defensively. We'll see what they do their next series. EMCC is going to get the ball to start not to start the second half, but their first possession of the second half, rather, is coming up in a moment. You're listening to the EMCC Radio Network. Jason Crowder here with you, along with head coach Rocky Felker, former head coach of the Bulldogs. We call him Coach Felker. It was odd when I was calling you Rocky earlier. I was like, you never call him Rocky Felker. It's always Coach Felker. Eddie Hammond down on the field. Beautiful night for football. It's not going to be a beautiful night for football tomorrow night. That's one reason why a lot of high school games are being played tonight.
And
Jaquaylin Smith will line up at the 10 near side with his toes on the 10-yard line. Zach Patterson will have his heels on the 5. Across the way as Curry's going to put his foot into it from the 35. It's high. End over end kick. It's going to go towards the far hash. Taken at the 10-yard line by Patterson. Gets a full head of steam. It's going to make contact around the 20. Gets out across the 25. Falls forward to about the 27-yard line. So EMCC will have pretty good starting field position there. 17-yard return that time. Knocked off his feet by Grayson Carr. Jack Patterson out of Corinth High School, and he has some speed. I remember watching the scrimmage back in August, their first live scrimmage from the field, and on the opening kick, he takes it back to the house, some 90-plus yards, and I was like, hey, he's going to be something special for EMCC. He's had a couple of really good returns here this season. Twins either side, ball placed on the right hash at the 28-yard line, back to pass, firing it over on the right side, looking for Brownlee. Oh, my goodness, he about made a one-handed catch. That was Morphus, I beg your pardon. Got his right hand on it, but couldn't haul it in. He goes out of bounds. Ball is separated from him by Delvin Kirkland. So it'll bring up a 2nd and 10. It's really important, though, for EMCC on first down to get positive yards. That's the first incompletion, by the way, by the quarterback Connor Neville tonight. Takes a high snap, leaves it with Perryman, tries to dance. It's coming around near side, cuts back up the field. It's going to get around the 35. Once the dust settles, forward progress will get him there. They tackle him back at the 33, but the freshman is going to gain a couple of yards as Tyler Taylor will knock him off his feet.
Great second half right there of second effort of just fighting and getting extra yards.
Gain of 7, 3rd down and 3. Oh, on the snap, it goes off the face mask, I believe, of Neville, and it's on the ground. Does EMCC fall on it? It's important, though. You're going to have to give the ball up, but you don't want to give Holmes the football inside the EMCC 35. The Lions are going to fall on it, so it's going to bring up a 4th and long, and EMCC is going to have to punt it. And boy, you didn't. Turnovers have hurt EMCC. They have 2 now, but it's hurt them as far as getting separation because, I mean, at this point, the way Holmes has just been able to just kind of eat yardage and get down the field, and they've been able to find the end zone, it kind of puts you behind the 8 ball.
And the possession time, you know, they take up so much time because they run the ball every snap. So, you know, the clock is running, and
Josh Smith, a 36-yard average on the season, will stand inside his 20, and they'll snap it from the far hash from the 34, and it's a wobbly kick, not a good one. It's going to bounce at the 42 of Holmes. It's going to roll inside the 40 down to the 38, and that's where EMCC will down it. So Holmes will have pretty good field position at their own 38-yard line, moving left to right. And we're tied at 21 apiece, so Holmes could take their first lead of the game.
well, you got to play assignment football on defense when you're facing the triple option. You know, like we said, you got to stop the fullback, then you got the quarterback, then you got the pitchback. So you got to be disciplined and do your job. Each man has to do their job to stop this kind of offense.
Hurd back out there at quarterback. He goes up under center. Will take the snap, leaves it with his fullback, goes straight up the middle, and he is just turning his legs, using his shoulder pads to move people out of the way, and he's going to stumble up to about the 46. So that's going to be a gain of 8 on the play, and it'll bring up now 2nd and 2. Tyler Rupert will knock him off his feet for the Lions. Ball's going to be placed on the near hash. Well, that offensive line hasn't been given enough credit tonight by us, and they've done a really good job of kind of firing off the football, getting that initial separation, and then, of course, the fullbacks have done a good job with inside the tackle running.
Well, they work on the running game. That's all the line do pretty much because they don't throw the ball very much. So they just come off. They got the weight forward on the hands, and they're just coming off trying to get movement.
2nd and 2 from their own 46 ball near hash. Hurd up under center will toss it to his tailback over on the left side. He's bottled up, tries to reverse his field. He's bottled up again, and he's still squirting through there, trying to get towards the stick, and he's going to get positive yardage somehow up to the 47-yard line as he cut up the far hash, and that is Woodard, who is going to be the ball carrier. Austin Todd will make the stop a yard short of the first down, so it's a 3rd and 1 now.
East Mississippi has done a good job all night stopping that sweep. That's a play that triple opposite teams run, and Georgia Tech really hurt us in the Orange Bowl years ago running that sweep like that. And but East Mississippi's done a great job tonight against that sweep.
So it's a 3rd and 1 situation for Holmes as they break huddle and come up to the 47.5-yard line. They've got to get near the 49 for a first down, just across the 48. The snap from up under center by the quarterback, and it's a fullback dive, and he's going to have enough for the first down. As he gets across the sticks, they're going to push him back inside the 45, but forward progress gives him the first down up to the 48.5-yard line. And that was Bankston with the inside handoff as Jaquarius Jamison is credited with a tackle. First down, fresh set of downs up to their own 48 now. So first down, 10 to go for Holmes here in Goodman, Mississippi. Our score is 21 all. 9:20 and counting to go in the 3rd quarter. EMCC is not fared well here defensively. They've won ball games. Buddy Stevens is 11-0 in his career against Holmes and has had to face Jeff Kuntz the past 9 seasons. The defense just has really struggled with this triple option attack. It's an inside handoff going behind the left guard, getting inside EMCC territory down to the 48 is the ball carriers. We have a little extracurricular activity. Bankston is the ball carrier, and we have a penalty flag. And Coach, did you see the extracurricular activity? And that's,
I believe 23 was penalized for East Mississippi. He's going off the field, and I don't.
Well, let's go down on the field to Eddie Hammond and see what he has for us. Eddie?
Yeah, that was Jamon Gordon. He took a swing at him, so I kind of think maybe not a very good outcome for him.
And it is going to be on EMCC, so that is Jamon Gordon. And the official here, we're used to the official being mic'd up, and it's an ejection situation. So, yes, he is ejected from the ball game. So that means he will not be able to play in the first half next week at Kahoma. So Jamon Gordon, your right defensive end, is carrying his helmet as he's trotting off the field, and Buddy Stevens will stop him as he gets over there to give him some instructions. Certainly don't want to be in that vicinity at this moment with 8:57 to go in the 3rd quarter. That just tacks on 15 more yards, and those are just penalties you just cannot pick up, Coach.
33-yard line.
In on the tackle just a moment ago is number 23, Greg Evans for Holmes. So it's a first down, 10 to go situation down to the 33. Ball will be placed middle of the field inside EMCC territory for Holmes. Holmes trying to take the lead. It's 21 all. Clock counting now with 8:30 to go in the 3rd. Hurd is your quarterback. He's the backup. Tyus Hurd didn't play in the first half. He has started the second half. He'll go up under center. Bryant's your fullback. Single receiver either side. Fakes the give. He's going to keep it himself around the left side. Has an option. Doesn't take it. He's going to go towards the sticks and the sideline, and he's going to have enough for a first down, I believe. Depends on where they spot the football, but Tyus Hurd with a nice run around the left side. He's going to gain about 10, and that's enough for the first down. And making the tackle, Shavonki Harrington coming up from his secondary position. Under 8 to play, clock still rolling, 21 all. EMCC and Holmes knotted up here in the 3rd quarter. Holmes looking to take the lead as they have it down to the EMCC 23 on the left hash.
That time the quarterback kept the ball. You know, read the defensive end. He took the fullback, and wasn't a defender there for the quarterbacks.
Bryant lines up at fullback. Up under center is Hurd. He'll hand it to Bryant, goes straight up the middle, breaking a couple of tackles, gets inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line. Boy, that fullback dive has worked all night long for Holmes Community College, and that's a gain of about 6 on the play, so that's going to bring up a 2nd and 4 situation. 7:19 and counting.
It's just hard to defense this kind of offense when you don't see it week after week. And back in the old days, you know, you had a lot of people running option offenses and wishbone, but now you don't see it. So just don't see it enough to be prepared and ready for it.
That's why Georgia Tech was so successful against Mississippi State in the Orange Bowl of 2014. Hurd up under center, the snap from the 17 on 2nd and 4. He'll keep it himself on the option, and he's going to go inside the 10-yard line, inside the numbers. He's going to get down to about the 9-yard line, so that's going to be enough for a first down, and that will mean it's a first down and goal to go. With 6:40 and counting to go in the third quarter, 21-all. Holmes trying to break this tie and take the lead for the first time tonight. They're in good field position. They're down inside the 10 of EMCC. Woodard checks in. He'll be in the backfield as... No, he's actually going to line up slot position to the left.
A 3 wide out set here.
Yeah. Once again, single receiver here on the near side. Bryant, your fullback. Hurd up under center, will take the snap, hands it off to his fullback. Bryant goes straight up the middle. This time he runs into a bunch of white jerseys. Coming up for EMCC to lead the charge, it's going to be Julius Coates from his defensive end spot. And so that was a positive play for EMCC there that time. They had their eyes on the fullback and had about 3 of them.
Did a really good job on the fullback, and you know, you just got to expect now that Holmes will take it, fake to the fullback, and try to get on the edge and make a play with either the quarterback or the running back.
Well, when I said 3 of them, I meant 3 players, but 6 eyes, 3 sets of eyes. As it's second down and goal to go from the 7-yard line. So he's able to get forward progress just to the 7. Here's the snap to Hurd's going to leave it. Nope, he pitches it, and it's Kelly, and he's going to walk into the end zone as he gets to the pylon near side. Touchdown. Well, he had everybody fooled there, and all of a sudden Kelly takes it on the pitch, and he walks in from 7 yards out, and Holmes takes the lead for the first time tonight as it is 27-21 pending the PAT. So
it actually looked like a forward pass that the running back had gotten ahead of the quarterback, but it doesn't matter. He caught the ball and ran into the end zone.
Let's check in with Eddie Hammond on the sidelines.
That was a forward pass, Rocky. Exactly what you said. When they got him hemmed up, he just pitched the ball straight ahead to the guy, and he just walked in the end zone as everybody closed in on him.
I'll be honest with you, I was watching the fullback, okay? Way to call me out, guys. All right, so we're awaiting the PAT here, and Curry's going to attempt it, and here it is. It goes through the uprights, and good. So that's why I brought you guys along. Eddie Hammond on the sidelines, Coach Rocky Felker here with me in the booth. We'll be back in a moment. It's 28-21. Holmes takes the lead for the first time tonight. Back with a kick to the Lions. This is the EMCC Football Network. So it's a 7-yard touchdown pass by Tyus Hurd, if I can spit it out, and that's his first touchdown pass of the year. It is something that when you see it, you can't believe it happens because they don't throw the ball often. Of course, they do have a touchdown pass earlier to Ducking from 29 yards out.
Well, it wasn't designed to be a forward pass, but the pitchback got ahead of the quarterback is what happened. It ended up being a forward pass because of that.
So it does go down as a credit as a touchdown pass by Hurd. And now the football falls off the tee as Curry's running up to kick it.
Must be a wind blowing out there, Jason.
It is, and we've had our papers here in the booth rustle a couple of times, mainly during pregame. It settled down a little bit, but we do have a little bit of a wind down there. We got some storms coming in the forecast for tomorrow afternoon. 80% chance of rain. It's going to kind of taper off by 60% by night, but a lot of these football teams didn't want to have to play in those sloppy conditions. Squib kick's going to go down the numbers and go outside the numbers, inside the 20, inside the 15. It's misplayed by EMCC, and that's Patterson. He's got to pick it up, and he's going to be tackled inside the 10. Now EMCC's just kind of taking their focus off things, and Patterson took his focus off that football, and it got away from him. And actually, it was Smith and not Patterson. I beg your pardon. They swapped places, so spot of the football will be the 7-yard line, their own 7 for EMCC, so they're back deep in their own territory.
The return guy fell down. Somehow he tripped and fell down, and the ball ended up getting by him. And tough field position right here for East Mississippi.
So from their own 7, got to go 93 yards to pay dirt. They trail 28-21. First time they've trailed tonight. They had a 14-0 lead to start the game. Neville takes the snap from the shotgun, and it's a screen pass over on the right side. It's caught by Perryman, gets out across the 20-yard line, goes middle of the field, gets across the 25, tries to reverse his field, comes near side, tackle around the 27. That's Ham McGee, I beg your pardon. So Ham McGee is going to be taken off his feet by Cedric Moffitt. So McGee will be flanked off to the left of Connor Neville, who will be in the shotgun, twin receivers either side. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. He'll take the snap. He'll throw it quickly to Eads. Caught 30-yard line. Curls near side. Tries to go upfield at the sideline. Gets out around the 35. He'll be short of the first down, but it's going to bring up now a 2nd down and 2. So that's going to be a gain of 8 by Rashad Eads. Cedric Moffitt with the stop there for Holmes. Holmes creeping up. Their linebackers, they're bringing pressure and giving it to McGee, and he finds a hole. He has a 1st down and more, middle of the field. He's popped hard at midfield, but stopped around the 49, and the crowd oohs and ahs, and Holmes is going to jump up and down and celebrate. But here's the thing, Coach, you got a 1st down. Devlin Kirkland makes the big hit and tackle. EMCC doesn't care about all that. They're just ready to snap it. From the 49, Neville looks back to the far sideline to get his sign. Ball placed middle of the field, twin receivers either side. Here's the snap, play action, firing it, and it's caught short by Purvis Frazier at the 45. He dives forward down to the 42. He's going to gain about 8 on the play as they'll give him the 49-yard line. So that's going to bring up another 2nd and short situation. McGee's going to check out, checking in, Zias Perryman.
East Mississippi's throwing the ball a lot more and in a hurry-up, fast-paced offense.
3:55 and counting in the third. 28-21, Holmes with the lead. EMCC down to their 41-yard line of the Bulldogs. They throw it towards the sticks at the, or actually they throw it at the 1st down area around the 38-yard line. So it's enough for a 1st down. They get it down the far hash on a short pass. Austin Carr will make the stop. So the Lions have moved the chains again. They're down to the 38. Let's check in with Eddie Hammond.
Defensive coaches are stressing assignments down here, just like y'all had talked about. They're asking them to go straight to their guy, get him covered immediately. So that's what they're trying to do to stop this triple option.
Neville all day to throw, throws it near side, caught at the 35, and dives forward as Frazier down to the 34. So that's going to be a gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up now a 2nd down and 6 situation. 3:14 and counting in the third. 28-21, Holmes with the lead. Lions ready to snap it. There's 27 on the play clock. Surveying the defense and showing pressure is Holmes. They pick up that blitz and throwing it near side's Neville, caught 30-yard line, diving forward to the 27 as Eads. And that's going to be enough for a 1st down. So Rashad Eads, number 3 for EMCC, makes the catch. Cedric Moffitt will knock him off his feet.
I like the game plan right now.
Yeah.
I like the game plan. I believe East Mississippi's better off spreading it out, throwing, and mixing the run in there. But they got Holmes on the heels right now.
Perryman will be flanked off to the left. Connor Neville races his right leg, takes the snap on 1st down, will fire it over the middle, and it is caught at the 10. He'll angle towards the middle of the field and score. Walking in Rashad Eads. Once he got to the 5-yard line, he was not going to be stopped, and EMCC scores, and that is good from 28 yards out. And the Lions have gotten within 1, pending the PAT. They could be ready to tie this thing up.
Great drive right there, 90 yards?
Yes, and that 93 officially.
Yards.
And that's going to be the first touchdown pass tonight by Connor Neville. Neville with 14 touchdowns now on the season. All 3 touchdowns earlier in the game were via the ground, and that was a bad snap, bad hold, but it goes through. I thought it just was pushed to the left. I think Coach Felker thought so too. It was a line drive, but it goes through the uprights, and EMCC has tied it up at 28 apiece.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. It's just like even an ugly win's a win, right? We'll be back in a moment to Ross Branch Stadium here on the campus of Holmes Community College. This is the EMCC Football Network. .93 yards, and they cap it with a 28-yard touchdown pass from Connor Neville. Threw it on the near seam. Rashad Eads caught it, curled towards the inside, and then walked into the end zone. PAT is good, so we're tying up at 28 apiece. Sky kick taken at the 29-yard line across the way. Now coming up the far hash at the 35 up to near the 36-yard line is the up back for Holmes. And making the tackle, Shabaki Harrington for EMCC. So 1st down, 10 to go from their own 39. So a 10-yard return. And that was Darrell Lionel's going to make that return from his up back position. Let's go down to Eddie Hammond on the field. Lions march down the field, and they answer quickly.
You know, they're giving them so much room out here on these wideouts as they backed off of them. they're just picking them apart with it. And that was a beautiful seam route right there. He was wide open, hit him right in stride for the touchdown.
2:33 to go in the third quarter. 28-all is our score. Holmes is going to have the football left hash at their own 39-yard line. Hurd goes up under center, takes a snap. He's going to pull it from the belly of his fullback. Option pitches it near side, and that's going to be Kelly, who's going to be undercut as he gets out across the 45, and he starts slapping the grass because he knows that if Kel Williams doesn't get him there, he's got a lot of green, and he would have had a first down and more, so he gets 8 yards on the gain. And it's second down and 2.
I think the big thing defensively, we need, look like to me, what we've been doing is not working. So we need to attack more, blitz, whatever you got to do to put more pressure on the quarterback, because the quarterback's got to make a triple option decision whether to hand it off, run it, or pitch it, and put pressure on him, make him do something quick.
We're inside 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Here's the snap on second and 2 down to the 48. Or up to the 48 of Holmes, I beg your pardon. They're going to get inside EMCC territory, now down to the 48-yard line for a first down. That's Hurd with the quarterback keeper. Tyus Hurd's been pretty good here in the second half. Jasper Williams will make the tackle, so they're in Lions territory now down to the 48. Ball will be on the near hash. Moving from left to right. 1:27 and counting to go in the third. 28-all here in Goodman, Mississippi. Lions go on the road. Next week we'll be all the way up near the Mississippi River, up in Clarksdale, Mississippi, about 7 miles north of Clarksdale at Kahoma Community College. 7 o'clock kickoff, airtime 6:30. Hurd surveys that four-man front, goes up under center, will receive the snap, fakes the give. Now will pitch it. That's Woodard who has it, trying to angle to the outside towards the sideline, cuts at the numbers and stops on a dime at the 45, and he'll be tackled down to the 44-yard line. So that's a positive play on first down. Shavaki Harrington making the tackle for EMCC. Let's check in now with Eddie Hammond.
They're getting a little help out here. This guy that on the corner has been holding. That's the second time I've seen it. He hadn't called it either time. He's got his jersey stretched out. I don't know why they're not calling that play.
Well, Coach Felker and I feel so far away from the field, we can't see that, can we, Coach?
No, we didn't see the hold, but there really hadn't been a lot of flags on, other than legal procedure a few times. That's the only penalties they've been calling.
23 seconds to go before the start of the fourth quarter. Here's the snap. They pitch it near side to Hurd, and his tailback is Woodard. He's going to shake a man at the 40. Cut down the numbers towards the 35-yard line. He's going to be stopped there, and that'll be enough for a first down. The Choctaw County native will move the chains, and they're going to wind the clock. 10 seconds to go, and I think that's just going to run out the third quarter of play. So we're going to head to the fourth, tied at 28. Jasper Williams, by the way, making the tackle. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to the EMCC Football Network on WFCA. Had to stop for a second. I thought, oh no, did they just call a timeout? Second guess myself there.
Jason, coach is telling this guy back here, can he not see that guy holding? So, it's really obvious right here. I mean, the guy's jersey's stretched out and he's trying to make the tackle. And that's the second time I know that just not calling that for some reason.
Maybe he'll get the call. We'll check in with you here in just a second. Maybe he'll get the call here in this fourth quarter on the strike. Hey, that was perfect timing for a 1 minute commercial break, wasn't it, Lisa? Start the fourth quarter here in Goodman. Let's check in quickly on the sidelines now to our sideline reporter for tonight, Eddie Hammond.
They're still stressing these guys need to get to the point of attack, get to their guys and get them covered on this triple option. They want them to be getting there in a hurry. It's what the defensive coaches are telling these guys.
So important right now for EMCC defensively to find a way to get a stop here, and it'd be great to force a turnover and get that ball back.
Turnover would be a big deal, and anytime you run a triple option, you're subject to putting the ball on the ground because you got to make so many decisions.
We saw Holmes fumbled the football earlier on an option pitch, but they didn't lose it, just lost yardage. They pitch it near side to Hurd, and he finds Dill. Dill's got some room. He's inside the 25, gets to the sideline, angles out of bounds at the 20-yard line near side, so it's enough for a first down. So Holmes is in the red zone, and boy, they do such a great job, too, of putting a hat on a hat. And then they've got some of those speedy backs, Coach. And when Dill gets the ball, he's very electric.
And when tackling, you got to when you have a chance to get somebody on the ground, you got to tackle and get them on the ground. And that's hurt our defense on this drive because we've been in position to make a tackle and we haven't come through with it.
14:30 and counting to go in the fourth quarter. EMCC on defense. Holmes comes up on the football at the 20-yard line of the Lions. First down, 10 to go. We're tied at 28 apiece. Twin receivers to the right, single receiver near side. The snap from up under center by Hurd, fakes the give to his fullback, pitches it to Woodard, stops on a dime and makes one man miss, cuts downfield as he gets near the 25 to the 24-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 7 on the play. And that's going to bring up a second down and 3. Danny Woodard, the Choctaw County native, is going to have a nice run.
We had the numbers out there. We had some defenders out there to make the tackle, and the running back did a good job, getting 6-7 yards out of it.
So it's going to bring up a second down and 3. Spotted the football down to the 14 of EMCC. We're knotted up at 28 apiece. Clock is rolling. 13:43 and counting to go. Here in this football game, it's been a good one. The EMCC scored the first 2 touchdowns, then Holmes scored the next 2. Then EMCC scored to go ahead. Holmes tied and then scored again to go ahead. Now the Lions have tied it up, and now they pitch it near side inside the 10, and that's Kelly, who's going to be knocked down around the 5-yard line. So that's going to be a first down and goal to go situation now for the Holmes Bulldogs, moving from right to left towards that east end zone.
This tackle again cost, we're big there. We missed the tackle on the edge, and the running back did a great job gaining some yardage there and getting close to the goal line.
Jamison with the tackle there for EMCC. We have the stats, we just don't have time to give them to you as Holmes comes up on the football ready to snap it again. First down and goal to go from the 6. Ball placed on the near hash. Hurd goes up under center. Hurd with a snap, hands it to the foot. No, yes he does, and he's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown. Got to the 1-yard line, had to step over a man, and he scores. And it's going to be Bryant who gets into the end zone for the second time here in the second half, and it's 34-28 pending the PAT. Boy, it was such an important defensive series for the Lions. Obviously, time is not a factor at this point. Still 12:49 to go in this game, but EMCC's got to find a way to score on this next drive because Holmes just eats up that clock. We'll await the snap back. Here it is. The kick by Curry is going to be low, and it's over the crossbar somehow. Boy, we're seeing line drives. Looks like they're playing baseball out there, and so it's now a 7-point lead, 35-28 for the Holmes Bulldogs over EMCC. So
this game could come down to a missed extra point real easy.
Absolutely. Back at 30 seconds with the kick to the Lions in a moment. This is the EMCC Football Network. Goodman, Mississippi with 12:49 to go in this game. It's 35-28. Holmes has just regained the lead. A 6-yard touchdown run right up the gut by the fullback. Bryant, who has been so good today. He's had 2 touchdowns rushing. Terry Bryant. Terry Bryant is the sophomore for Holmes. He is out of Prentice, Mississippi, 5'10", 225. You know, they ran this offense at his high school.
You know, East Mississippi looks like they've been running some RPOs also.
Yeah.
To run pass options.
And I think we'll see more of that on this drive as they take it at the 10-yard line, across 15-20, and they pull the bottom of his jersey to pull him down, and that's Patterson as he gets across the 25 at the 24-yard line. Cassius Walker will make the stop. Coach Velker, let's take a look at some scores from around Matt JC play. Hines leading Colin 28-14 in the third quarter. At the half, it's Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College leading East Central 19-5. Also, in the third quarter play, it's Itawamba leading Mississippi Delta in Fulton 28-7. And at the half, Northwest all over Kahoma 28-0. And also at the half, Jones leads Northeast 21-3. First down, 10 to go for EMCC at their own 25-yard line near hash. Neville with a shotgun snap. Pump fakes, fires it near side, and it's almost intercepted. It is intercepted. It is intercepted by Holmes, and coming up with the pickoff is going to be Cedric Moffitt. Just made a bad decision, threw it in coverage that time, Coach. And
he did.
Now it's really good field position for Holmes.
He did. The slot receiver was wide open down the hash, and for some reason Neville threw it out here to the outside receiver, and the corner made a big interception.
That's a huge turnover. It's the spot of the football now. It's going to be on the 40-yard line of EMCC. 40 yards to pay dirt for Holmes. They're already up by 7. You can't let them get in the end zone here, or you're really in trouble with 12:39 to go in this game. A 14-point deficit would be a little hard to overcome in this contest. Hurd back out there, quarterback goes up under center. Takes a snap from the 40, leaves it with his fullback, who's going to be tackled as soon as he gets down to the 48-yard line, gain of 2. So 2 yards in a cloud of dust there. I think that was...
Looks like East Mississippi had more people at the line of scrimmage to try to put pressure on the quarterback and make him do something quick.
Terrence Cherry is going to make the tackle there. And out there, is Bryant, who had the carry just a moment ago. He's the fullback. Twins to the right, single receiver near side, option pitch, throws it behind his intended pitch man, and that's going to be Dill, and Dill has to run it. It goes out of bounds at the 47. That was an ugly looking play. It looked like Hurd may have been down too, but he tried to pitch it as soon as he was going down at the 40-yard line.
Well, it looked like the corner also was on a blitz that time. You know, because he was on the pitch back so quick that created a problem. That's why the quarterback pitched the ball. Like you did.
Coach, you mentioned that. You said that EMCC is going to have to do some things to bring some pressure right, and to force Holmes into those type situations, and they did that time. So it's 3rd down and 17 from the 47 of EMCC. They have to get down to the 30 of the Lions for a first down. Hurd back to pass, drops back about 8 steps. Now we'll fire it to his check down, and that is ducking. He's wide open on the right side, makes a man miss, and stays on his feet down the sideline. He's close to a first down. They're going to push him out of bounds around the 33, though. So he's going to be short by 3 yards. It looked like he got a little closer to the sticks. They're going to say his foot went out of bounds at the 33. Of course, everything took place on the EMCC side across the way. That was 3rd down, so it's going to be 4th down and 3. And obviously, this is probably a go-for-it situation. I mean, you're not going to punt it from here. You're not going to kick it.
Got to make tackles out there. Whiteout did a great job making a few misses and almost got the first down.
10:47 and counting to go in the 4th quarter. 35-28, Holmes on top of EMCC, and with ball possession down to the Lion 32. It's a 4th down and 2 from the Lion 32. Ball on the right hash. They quickly come up under center. Hurd snaps it. Now there's timeouts being called by Holmes. So no penalty, but you hear the whistles. Holmes was calling the timeout. They had to hurry it because the play clock was running down. So we'll be back in 30 seconds with a 4th and 2. This is a huge play in this game, Coach. EMCC on defense. Holmes has a 4th and 2 down to the Lion 32-yard line. They have to get to the 30 to get the first down. And we're in the 4th quarter of play with 10:31 to go. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is the EMCC Football Network. EMCC trails here in the 4th quarter with 10:31 to go in Goodman. That's right, it's 35-28, 7-point deficit for your Lions. Holmes has the ball with a 4th down and 2 from the 32. They're going to go for it here. Obviously, it's 4-down territory. Hurd comes back out at quarterback. Bryant will be your fullback. Dill's lined up on the right side, ducking.
Looks like they're in a 1 wide out set right here. Got a tight end in the game, which they haven't done a whole lot.
Yeah, and Dill's going to line up behind the right tackle. The snap to her. They're going to give it. No, they're going to pitch it near side. It's on the ground, and Dill has to pick it up around the 39, and EMCC is going to tackle him at the 40. There was pressure there coming from up the middle, and then they had to pitch it quickly, and then all of a sudden it's bobbled behind Dill, and he's trying to pick it up, and he can't get it. And then when he does come up with it in time, it's already white jerseys back there, an EMCC ball at the 41, and that's just what Cliff Collins and this defense needed.
Pressure. You got to pressure the quarterback to make a quick decision, and he put it on the ground.
So 10:24 to go here in the fourth quarter. 35-28 is our score. EMCC trails by 7 with the ball at their own 41. Ball placed middle of the field. Neville, who just threw an interception, will take a shotgun snap. Back to pass, fires it over the middle. Caught on the crossing route by Patterson. He tries to go to the far side. He's going to be tackled at the far seam around the 48. So he's going to gain 7 on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 3. Tyler McDaniel will drop him before he gets to the first down stick. 10:07 and counting to go in the game. The EMCC trails by 7. They're ready to snap it, coach. There's 25 on the play clock. Neville races his left leg, lifts it with Perryman. He's going to be bottled up, and he's going to lose yardage back at the 46-yard line as he trying to run it around the left end, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and medium. Tyler McDaniel again with the stop.
Well, you got 2nd and short, so defense knows you're going to try to run the ball, and East Mississippi ran it and lost yardage because of it.
They're going to lose 3, so it's a 3rd and 5. Spotted the football their own 46. Neville looking near side, fires it near side, and he threw it wide to Purvis Frazier. Tried to make a one-handed grab with the right arm, so it's going to bring up a 4th down and 5 from their own 46. Neville's looking back to the far sideline, and coach, it looks like they're going to go for it. Unless they're going to call a timeout. We're here in the fourth quarter. No, EMCC's going to go for it. 9:31 to go in this game. The clock has stopped off the incompletion. Perryman comes in motion out of the backfield near side. Firing it over the middle. Caught at the sticks. 1st down and more. Staying on his feet, stumbling, and finally falling down at the 41 of Holmes towards the far sideline is Zach Patterson. Boy, that was a dangerous throw, but a great catch by Patterson. And he was right at the sticks when he made that grab.
Yeah, Holmes came with four-man pressure and playing a soft zone back there, and receivers are running open.
Ball left hash. That was a 4th down conversion for EMCC. They snap it at the 41, and they throw it at the feet. Near side does Neville. Patterson was trying to catch it out in the flat near side. He threw it short at his feet, so that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Clock's going to stop now with 9:07 to go in the game. 35-28, EMCC trails. Holmes always gives EMCC a tough time. It was 28 unanswered points in the second half last year when EMCC pulled away and won 56-21. It was a tight one in the first half, but here in Goodman, it's always tight. Neville back to pass, clean pocket, screen pass left side, and it is caught by Perryman, and he is going to be hit around the 35, and he's dropped there. It's going to be a 3rd down situation. Everything taking place on the far side of the field. From our angle, I'm not certain exactly where they're going to spot it. I think I was correct. It is going to be around the 35, so it's going to bring up now a 3rd down and 4 after the gain of 6.
3rd down and 4.
Got to get down to the 31-yard line. Ball on the left hash. Perryman flanked off to the left of Neville, who's in the shotgun. Twin receivers either side. Wide side of the field is near side. Now going in motion out of the backfield is Perryman. He's down the left sideline, but throwing it over the middle. Caught. Austin Morphus wide open inside the 20. Now he's spinning away from tackles inside the 15. And EMCC has another 1st down and a huge gain. And Morphus was wide open. Devlin Kirkland will knock him off his feet. There were about 4 maroon jerseys around. They just couldn't get him down.
Ran a little drag pattern, and everybody jumped the drag, and he was wide open over the middle.
So it's 1st down and 10 to go. Spot of the football at the 12 of Holmes. Shotgun snap, RPO on the play action, and a fade pattern near side looking for Brownlee. He catches it. Does he hold on to it? They haven't signaled yet. He's jumping up saying he has the football, and they have yet to touchdown. Finally, they throw the signal. Touchdown. Boy, the fade pattern.
Great throw.
Woo.
Great throw.
And a great catch, too. Brownlee had him defender on him. He climbed the ladder and catches it with 8:01 to go in this game, and it's 35-34 pending the PAT. We can barely hear Washington Lee and swing the fight song across the way. Holmes band kind of drowning them out, but Lions celebrating across the way. They're a point after from tying this one up. What a gutsy drive offensively. Great drive by Neville, too. High snap by Burton. Brown pulls it down, and Smith will kick it straight through the uprights.
Was
we're
a
tied at
great
35.
Great drive. Fourth down, made a big play on fourth down.
Put an asterisk by that play if EMCC wins the game.
And receivers are running open. East Mississippi, utilizing, really gotten away from the running game. Really just dropping back, throwing the ball now.
Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Eddie Hammond. The energy level just went up there on the sidelines. A little bit more confidence now in this EMCC football team. Maybe it will carry over on the defensive side.
I hope so. What you saw right there, back home we call that boy's got some hops. I know they measure vertical leaps. That kid went up and got that ball and got his foot down. It was a great catch. That Holmes defensive back was all over him.
Thank you, Eddie. Appreciate your services down on the sidelines tonight. We could just feel the rain coming in, Coach. The wind's blowing. We feel it kind of coming in now, and we're glad because it's a little bit warm here in the booth at Ron's Branch Stadium. Beautiful field here, by the way. It's a big crown, as Eddie was talking about during the pregame, and it's a thick grass. I remember Jackie Sherrill, when he preceded you at Mississippi State, he would always instruct a relative of mine that was head of groundskeeping and stuff that would say, look, I want to cut this way or that way depending on this team speed. If Mississippi State was slower than another team, then obviously you would adjust to that. Holmes has that thick grass here. Short kick taken at the 21. That's Dill. It gets out across the 25, 30. Now he's up around the 35-yard line, and that's where he is going to be stopped. 35 all. Kelly actually the return man there, number 11 on 3. 7:55 to go here in this game. Holmes has the football moving right to left. Now making the tackle, by the way, Julian Selvey. First down, 10 to go. Spot of the football is going to be the 34-yard line.
Jason, last defensive stop, we put pressure on them, and it's going to be interesting to see if we bring pressure again from outside. Put it on the quarterback.
Holmes at their own 34. There's the snap. It's an option pitch near side, and it's Dill, and he's got room. He's going to walk towards the end zone. They're not going to catch him. 15-10, Ingles near sideline 5, touchdown. My goodness gracious. That is a 66-yard scamper by Dill. New quarterback back in there, the starter, Hiron Beatty. Beatty pitches it, and he scores, and we're untied. It's a 6-point lead for Holmes, pinning the PAT. The score is now 41-35. We're here in the fourth quarter, 7:43 to go. And coming out is Curry, and Coach, you talked about a missed PAT is going to be big in this game, and we've seen EMCC and Holmes come up with some ugly-looking PATs. Let's see what happens here. Snap is back. Better snap, better hold, better kick, and it's high end over end. And it's going to go straight to the uprights, and it's a 42-35 lead now for Holmes here in Goodman, Mississippi, back in 30 seconds with the kick to EMCC. This is the EMCC Football Network. It's 42-35, and they did it in one play, 66 yards. And it was the speedy Martavius Dill who brings it down the near sideline, those 66 yards for the touchdown. And after the PAT, it's a 7-point lead again, 42-35 for Holmes, as they're about to kick it off to EMCC from right to left as they have it teed up at the 35-yard line. Easton Curry handles the punting and kicking duties. Will trot up on the football and gets his right foot into it, and it's an ugly kick, goes down the numbers near side on a swibber, taken at the 15-yard line, and Ham McGee gets out across the 30 as he goes up the near seam around the 34-yard line, I think is where his knee is going to go down. And EMCC will have it at their own 34, moving left to right, trailing by 7 with 7:37 to go in the game. So it's been one of those games for EMCC where they had a 14-0 lead, but they allowed Holmes to come back and score 14 unanswered. And EMCC's been in back-and-forth games with Holmes, but they've usually been on the leading end of it. Holmes is in that position now. The Lions have the football, had a nice drive just a moment ago where they converted on a 4th down and 5. They throw it underneath on a crossing route, and it's incomplete. or drag route, whatever you want to call it. Brownlee was the intended receiver. It was going towards the far sideline, and it was thrown behind him. It looked a little bit late there, Coach.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. He was running wide open, so this is a big drive right here.
2nd and 10 from the 34, throwing it quickly near side, and it is caught. Making the reception is Austin Morphus, and his momentum brought him towards the Holmes bench, and he had to leap over the benches almost into the cheerleaders. But everybody's okay. Didn't even make contact, so it's now 3rd down and 5 after the gain of 5 on the play. So 3rd down and 5. Austin Morphus, 5-yard reception just a moment ago, pushed out of bounds at the 38. And McGee in motion out of the backfield. Pocket collapses, rolling near side, squaring, firing over the middle, and it would have been a 1st down, but Purvis Frazier drops it at the 47 at the seam. Now it's 4th down and 5 from the 39. He was 2 yards, 3 yards over the 1st down marker and just drops it.
Just dropped it. And Neville might could have run with that and got the 1st down. It would have been close, but here we are going forward on 4th down.
2nd time on the 2nd straight drive. EMCC's gone for it on 4th down. The snap, looking left, pump fakes, fires it left, and he threw it wide, and it's incomplete. Boy, that was a long throw over on the far side, and that was a dangerous play call there on 4th down and 5, 42-35. Holmes with the lead, and they take over. Now your pressure's back on your defense again to get that ball back.
Get it back. Holmes went to a man-to-man coverage there and brought some pressure, and just didn't execute. Tried to throw a deep comeback there, and didn't execute, and incomplete pass.
So the deep throw is incomplete. It falls incomplete over the sideline, 42-35. Holmes with the lead, and they'll regain possession. They're at the Lion 49-yard line, ball near hash. Beatty back out there, quarterback on the 2nd straight series. First time that he's played has been here in the 4th quarter as far as the 2nd half, and that's an inside handoff to the fullback who's going to lose a half yard as he gets just inside the 40. And that's Bryant, and that's Dante Carter, the big 315-pounder that plugs that.
Great job
middle.
in the middle right there. That was we haven't stopped him for a loss very many times tonight. And that was a great job inside.
I tell you what, you look at Bryant. He's a big kid. Bryant, 5'10", 225, a solid 225, a running back out of Purvis, or Prentice, I beg your pardon. So 2nd down and 10.5. 6:27 and counting to go in this football game. 7-point lead, a touchdown lead for Holmes. 2nd and 10. Here comes pressure. They come up the middle and they hit Beatty as he pitches it back, and it forced him to pitch to his running back, Kelly, and he's going to be tackled at midfield. That pressure blew it up again, Coach, and you're exactly right. That's as Cavante Ruggs comes up, makes a huge stop, and it's 3rd and long again. It's going to be a 3rd down and 21.
Been a different defense when you put the pressure on the quarterback. Make him make a quick decision whether to give it or pitch it or run with it, and defense did a great job there.
And certainly it can be a gamble if he makes the right decision and can make a quick one, but it's worked out in EMCC's favor. The last couple of times they brought that pressure, so it's a 3rd down and 21. Ball placed right at midfield. Up under center is Beatty. He'll turn, fake it to his fullback. He's going to pitch it to Kelly, goes around the right side, and nobody's going to catch him. He is going to run towards the end zone. The defender falls down at the 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Kelly will just turn around and look at that EMCC defense, and now it's a 13-point lead with 5:23 to go in this game. The Lions had white jerseys around him, but he just looked like he was running on a path that nobody, it was like there was a force field around him and nobody could get near him.
We got to get, defensively just didn't get off blocks and make the tackle. Looks like we were in position to make the tackle, but we didn't make the tackle, and the guy, and he's got some kind of speed.
Curry will attempt the PAT, and it's through the uprights good, and it's a 14-point lead now with 5:23 to go. So EMCC's got to score fast, and then they have to get Holmes off the field. And more than likely, a turnover is probably going to have to come into play at some point if EMCC wants to win this football game. Back in 30 seconds, this is the EMCC Football Network. By the speedster, number 11, Dylan Kelly, the sophomore, scores, and EMCC is behind the 8 ball now. As I mentioned, 49-35 is our score. It's a 14-point lead now for Holmes. That 4th down non-conversion gave a short field. And now Patterson going to take it on the run at the 10, goes around the left side. He's going to be hit hard. On the 27, you see Holmes starting to get a little bit more confidence, playing with a little bit more energy. Dyro Lyles will make the tackle. It's starting to rain, and it's just almost like it's just a dreary 4th quarter. EMCC kind of feels this one slipping away. Let's go to Eddie Hammond. The rain's coming down a little bit. Certainly, probably at this point won't affect the footing or anything unless it just continues to do so. But we're almost at the end of this game. EMCC, what do they have to do now offensively and try to get back in this football game?
They got to throw the ball down the field, and they got to do it in a hurry.
Yeah.
And if they don't have any other choices, that's when they're spreading the field, and I think that's what you'll see. They'll try to throw the ball deeper.
Neville snaps it. Now he's going to go around the left side. He's going to be hit and dropped. He's going to lose yardage back at the 25, so he'll lose about 2 on the plays. That'll bring up now 2nd down and 12. And, Coach, I'm sure you certainly agree with Eddie Hammond. Got to go vertical as Mitzi makes the stop.
Yeah, you got to make some plays, and the only way to do it is get receivers down the field and stretch the defense. And look like they're playing a 2-deep coverage here, and maybe with underneath man-to-man.
2nd and 12 for the 25. Here's the snap, looking near side and fakes that, and now throws it on the slip screen left side, and it's caught. The EMCC's got a 1st down and more as he gets out across the 40-yard line and making the reception for Sean Eads. And Holmes will knock him off his feet, and it's Tyler McDaniel. We've called his name out an awful lot tonight. Will knock him out or down on the turf at the 43. So at their own 43, EMCC trailing by 14, 49-35. Will snap it, shotgun snap, will fire it over on the far side in coverage, but I think he threaded the needle. No, he did not. It's incomplete at around the 47-yard line of Holmes. His intended receiver was Austin Morphus. So that's going to bring up now a 2nd down and 10. Now, Purvis Frazier, beg your pardon, number 14, not 18, was the intended receiver. Morphus is lined up on the near side. Jason Brownlee wide out near side at the numbers. 2nd and 10, snap from the 47-yard line. Or 43, I beg your pardon, and slipping down at the line of scrimmage as he catches it out of the backfield is Keon Moore. Now, I don't think that was the rain that's just fallen, not enough, and Keon Moore is favoring that right ankle, but as soon as he catches it, tried to cut Coach, and he slipped, and now it's a 3rd down and 10. So
no, tried to hit him on a swing pass out of the backfield, and defense came up and made a play, and now, you know, like I said, they're playing a 2-deep zone, playing some underneath man-to-man, which is giving us a little bit of trouble of executing.
So Neville's going to be hit as he was standing in the pocket, and as soon as he throws the football, he takes a big hit, and it's going to be incomplete as he threw it over the middle, incomplete at the 47-yard line. So it's going to bring up a 4th and 10 with 3:46 to go in this game, and here's the ball game right here, Coach. EMCC has to convert, and then they have to score pretty quickly. They're down by 14 with 3:46 to go in this game here at Goodman. Here's the snap to Neville. Clean pocket. Now he's going to roll to the near side, fires it. It's caught by Brownlee at the 45, and he'll step out of bounds after picking up the 1st down at the 42-yard line. That's where EMCC will have it. He caught it, had enough for the 1st down, and then took a couple of steps and goes out of bounds at the 42, and that'll preserve some time on the clock. Now they roll it as they get the ball set. 3:33 to go here in this game. Clock rolling, 49-35, Holmes on top. McGee goes out of the backfield in motion to the left. Neville hit as he throws again, throws it over the middle. Diving inside the 30-yard line. Does he make the catch over the middle? Yes, he does. And it's another 1st down for EMCC. That's Purvis Frazier taking that one off his shoestrings.
Probably expect some pressure right here. They might come after and blitz a little bit closer we get to the goal line.
Neville ready to snap it. He does from the 29. Floats it near side for Brownlee. Caught at the 10-yard line. Tries to spin away from a tackler at the 5. And he walks to the end zone. Touchdown. Brownlee with his 2nd touchdown reception of this game. Brownlee came in to this contest the leading receiver. He had 8 touchdowns. He has 10 now as he's caught 2 here in the 2nd half.
Really great throw, and Brownlee, he did a great job making the safety miss him at the end zone and really walking in the end zone.
29 yards as EMCC scores to cut the deficit to 49-41 pending the PAT. Here's the snap, the kick by Smith. It's right through the uprights, and it's a 7-point game again, 49-42. And, Coach, there's still hope, 3:03 to go. Stay tuned. This is going to be a wild one. Back in 30 seconds. This is the EMCC Football Network. .42, Holmes with the lead here over EMCC. Number 8, EMCC in trouble here with 3:03 to go. But Coach Rocky Felker, you used to be paid the big bucks to coach college football in the SEC.
Big bucks? What do you mean big bucks?
Back then you got paid big bucks too, right? So what would you do if you're Buddy Stevens and Coach Boykin offensively, or at least to the kick team? Do you kick it deep? Do you do an onside kick? You talked about there was 2 timeouts left. It just depends on what you're going to do defensively and how you're going to attack this.
Well, one way to look at it, East Mississippi has had a hard time stopping them tonight. So really, you need the ball back. You need the ball back, because if you give it to them, chances are you're not going to. You hadn't stopped them all night with the option. So, but really, any decision right here is a good decision.
And they are going to kick it deep, and it's high end over end. Coming up on it, taking it. The 10-yard line's Woodard. He's up the seam. He has a hole in the seam, and he's going to break an arm tackle at the 30, and he's going to be down around the 34-yard line up the near hash. So they'll have it at their own 34. Danny Woodard with the return from the 10-yard line. He's going to return it some 24 yards. Eddie Hammond, let's weigh in your thoughts. What does EMCC have to do defensively now to get this ball back?
Well, they got to put pressure on them to stop them here. They got 3 timeouts. I'd have kicked it deep too. I don't think I would have tried it. The odds are just not with you with that with the onside kick. And so with all 3 timeouts, I think that's what they're thinking was too.
All right, so I was incorrect. I said 2. There is 3 timeouts, so that's obviously the right decision at this point with 2:55 to go. But you really need to get a stop here. You can't let them move the chains. Up under center is Beatty. EMCC showing pressure. They come straight up the middle, and they're going to get Beatty in the backfield, but he eludes him, and he gets out across the 40, and Beatty is going to get close to the 42-yard line. Boy, they had him in the backfield, and they let him go, Coach, and now it's a 2nd down and short after gaining 8 on the play.
Once Mississippi started putting pressure on Holmes, Beatty went back in and was the quarterback, and he's done a better job of executing the triple option and handling that pressure than the quarterback before him.
Still break huddle with 2:23 to go. 14 on the play clock, so they're not going to come up and snap it very quickly. 10 seconds on the play clock. 49-42, EMCC trails Holmes. 2:13 and counting to go in the 4th quarter. Bring him in motion, that's Woodard. They toss sweep it to him on the right side. He tries to cut, and he's going to slip a tackle, and he's going to fall forward, enough for the first down at the 45-yard line across the way inside the numbers.
So East Mississippi's in position to make the tackle and really make a 5 or 6 yard loss, and just doesn't make the tackle.
Austin Todd makes the tackle. Let's get Eddie Hammond on the sidelines to weigh in his thoughts.
Terrence Cherry had him 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and he just let him get away. That's tough luck right there. That was going to be the play they needed.
Yeah, Woodard slipped a couple of tackles in this game, none bigger than there. And then here on this drive, we saw the quarterback slip a tackle just a moment ago, and they had him in the backfield and Beatty. So it's 1st down, 10 to go for them.
Now you got to use your timeouts now.
Yeah, 1:35 and counting to go. 49-42. Beatty up under center. He'll take the snap, fakes the give to his fullback, pitches it near side. He's going to get down to up to the 46, I beg your pardon. And that's number 27, Walter Ivy. We haven't seen Walter Ivy in this game as far as carrying the football so far tonight. He gets a late carry. Kel Williams will knock him off his feet at the 46-yard line, and EMCC uses one of those timeouts with 1:22 to go in this game. 49-42. EMCC trails. We also have an injured EMCC Lion rolling around on the Lions side of the field at the 49-yard line as the trainers come out to check on him. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back in just a moment. This is the EMCC Football Network. Injured EMCC defender, and he is going to get some help walking off the sideline across the way. EMCC called the timeout, so 2nd and 10 to go from the 45-yard line. Their own 45 with 1:22 to go. Holmes is up 49-42. Holmes with ball possession. EMCC with 2 more timeouts. We're certain they will use those, obviously, here in just a moment. Trailing by 7, trying to get this football back. Boy, a turnover here would be absolutely huge. A scoop and score would be even bigger. Beatty's going to come up under center. He's checking out that 4-man front. Twins to the right, single receiver near side. Ball placed on the near hash. He leaves it with his fullback, and that's Bryant, and he's going to power forward up to the 47. After a gain of 1, it's going to be a 3rd and long. Buddy Stevens calls another timeout with 1:18 to go. Setting up nicely. If you can get a stop here, you got 1 more timeout, you get the ball back in pretty decent field position. Maurice White will make the stop. So we'll be back in 30 seconds. We'll get Eddie Hammond's report down on the field when we return. This is the EMCC Football Network. Trails Holmes here in Goodman. Coach, it's 3rd down and 8 to go from their own 47 for Holmes. Do they throw it? I don't think they do, to try to get the first down, because you want that clock to run and force EMCC to call that 3rd timeout.
Right, they definitely going to run the ball here and force East Mississippi to use that 3rd timeout.
So if you could get a stop here on this 3rd and long on a run play, you're going to get the ball back. So they're not going to go for it on 4th down. Kelly in motion, out of the backfield to the right side. They leave it, no, he keeps it himself, and he's going to get inside the 50, down to the 47 of EMCC as the quarterback Beatty, and he's going to be tackled between the hash and the numbers here near side. Timeout EMCC with 1:12 to go in this game, and it's going to bring up now a 4th down and 3. Long 2, close to 3 yards. All right, Coach, so EMCC is going to get the football back here. You need a nice return to set up this offense and put a little less pressure on.
Right. Of course, Holmes is going to, they're hoping to punt the ball and pin East Mississippi where they got 80 or 90 yards to go with about a minute left and no timeouts.
And the good news for them is their kicker, who is Easton Curry, averages 41 yards a kick. Let's go down to the field to Eddie Hammond.
Well, they got what they wanted. They got to stop in a minute and 12 seconds, and that's an eternity for East Mississippi.
Good point.
I think they'll take it vertical, right here. And they had some open receivers last time. They were just dropping them. But they still got it moved down the field. I think you'll see them put the ball up early often and have a good chance here to tie it up, I think.
Yep. All right, thank you, Eddie. Solid work by Eddie on the field. Solid work here in the booth by Rocky Felker. These guys have carried me through this broadcast. It's been a lot of abnormalities, so to speak. With this broadcast tonight, we had some high school games moved, so Friday night scoreboard show tomorrow night, 10 p.m. on WFCA. I'll give it a plug. I'm going to have most of the work done.
Been fun being in here with you.
Yeah, we'll have to do it again sometime.
First time ever.
We'll have to do a basketball game together sometime. You know a little bit about basketball? Sure you do. Because back in your day, you used to have to coach everything.
You don't have to worry about it. There's just 10 players on the court, right?
A little easier to manage, yeah. Curry will stand near hash inside his 40 at the 37-yard line. They're going to eat this clock as it's now down to 1:10. It's a pooch kick over on the far side, or it's going to bounce at the 20, and there's going to be 4 maroon jerseys. It's going to run it down at the the 16-yard line. I was trying to say 17, but I couldn't think of the number. So at the 17-yard line, EMCC will have it 1st down, 10 to go. It's kind of been one of those nights. As EMCC, though, even though it's 1 minute exactly left, as Eddie Hammond said, that could be an eternity for this offense, the way they could get up and down the field. Maybe not as much this season as they have been in the past, but certainly they have the playmaking ability. Here we go. From the 17, their own 17, middle of the field. The snap from the shotgun. Pump fakes from the near side. Flushed out of the pocket with inside pressure. Sack. Couldn't have that happen. Inside the 10. Now Connor Neville's got to hurry everybody up. There's 49 seconds. 48 seconds. EMCC trails by 7. He was sacked inside the 10. Got to get out across the 25 up to the 27. So an 18, they got it 2nd and 18, throws it near side, it's caught at around the 17-yard line, and out of bounds is Austin Morphus. Now will stop the clock with 35 seconds to go. Lions at their own 35, though, down by 7, 49-42. Watch out for Brownlee.
They're playing a soft zone right here.
Twin receivers left, wide side of the field, twin receivers near side. Neville takes the shotgun snap. From the 17 back to pass, fires it over the middle. Brownlee, I just said it. He catches it out across the 35, and he's down across the 40-yard line. And EMCC's got to hurry up. 27 seconds. Clock stops briefly to move the chains. Now they're about to wind the clock. EMCC trails 49-42. They have it at their own 40. Ball near hash. They wind the clock, and as soon as they wind it, they snap it. And it was a tunnel screen, I thought, and now they're going to throw it near side because the pocket collapsed. They throw it to Brownlee. He goes out of bounds at the 45-yard line with 21 seconds to go. EMCC at their own 45. And now Buddy Stevens is really upset because he wanted Connor Neville, I think, to throw the ball out of bounds.
Somebody's helmet's off right here, and I don't know what, that's why. It's why the officials, the offensive tackle 77.
Yeah, Nick Jones, and he's got to go out for a play. 2nd down and 5 from the 45. Brownlee did step out of bounds here, though, at the 45-yard line, but 21 seconds to go in the game. EMCC trails by 7. Snap from their own 45. Throws it near side for Brownlee. He's being held, no flag. Incomplete at the 40-yard line of Holmes.
Boy, he was held. You could see him hold the jersey right there.
Let's go to Eddie Hammond. Eddie, that's across the way, but I'm sure you saw it.
Yeah, he had him held and also pass interference. I mean, he was hitting him at the same time, pushing him back as the ball hit him right in the hands.
Right.
So it's 3rd and 5 with 16 seconds left. The snap for their own 45. Neville looks left, comes back right, and he throws it to the 49, caught by Brownlee. He's pushed out of bounds immediately by EMCC's Young. And with 12 seconds on the clock, EMCC, they've got to go down the field quickly. They've got to go vertical.
Getting close to a Hail Mary time.
Yep. They'll snap it close to their own 49. They throw it short to Brownlee. He goes out of bounds at the 48 of Holmes with 9 seconds to go.
First down.
So that'll move the chains, but there's 9 seconds to go in this game. And you might have enough for one short play and then a Hail Mary. Connor Neville in the shotgun, spotted the football down to the 48 of Holmes. Here comes the pass rush. He steps up as the pocket collapses, fires it to the near sideline, caught inside the 40-yard line. I can't see exactly where they're going to spot it. There's only 4 seconds left. I think they're spotting it at the 37. The Holmes football players on the near sideline was covering up the yard line, and now Holmes will have it at the 37-yard line. Or, excuse me, EMCC will have it at the Holmes 37. With 4 seconds to go, this is going to be the final play of the game. Trips wide side of the field to the left. Single receiver near side. Neville looks to that far sideline. Perryman flanked off to his right. He's back to pass. There's pressure. He's going to be hit. Escapes the pressure. Now unloads it deep down the field. He has Brownlee in the area of the 5-yard line, but it's knocked down, and Holmes is going to upset number 8 EMCC. And they're going to beat Buddy Stevens for the first time in his tenure in Scuba, 49-42. Buddy Stevens came in 11-0, and this will be the first time that Holmes has won since I've been the play-by-play voice, now in my 11th season. Behind the microphone, 49-42. They've got players out on the field doing cartwheels and backflips, and Holmes has 2 top 10 upsets. They beat Northwest here in Goodman 2 weeks ago, lost in Fulton last week, and now, Coach, they win here in Goodman, Mississippi against number 8 EMCC.
Well, it was an offensive game, you know, option-wise, and stopping the wishbone, not being able to stop the wishbone, and also, East Mississippi throwing the football.
All right, let's break for 2 minutes. We'll come back with a quick post-game show on the EMCC radio network. Holmes wins it 49-42, as EMCC now will fall to 4-3 on the season. And this is the EMCC Football Network. EMCC goes down. Final score 49-42 as Holmes just persevered. I'm telling you, they've been close to beating EMCC here in Goodman the last couple of times, and they just stayed the course, and they got it done tonight. And really, for the most part, was a clean football game. I mean, you had, the bad turnover on the interception by Neville here in the second half of the fourth quarter, but for the most part, Coach, it was a clean football game. You didn't see a lot of penalty flags, and it was a fast football game, believe it or not.
Well, that's what happens when you play a wishbone offense. They Holmes had the ball 36 minutes to East Mississippi 23 minutes, and they just keep the ball away from you. And with that option offense, and that's what scares you so much because if when they score, you got to come back and score. It just goes back and forth, and when you don't answer to their score one time, you get behind, and or when you turn it over, you get behind. And that's what happens, and that was really the tale of the game is stopping their triple option offense and not being able to do that on a consistent basis. And they executed, made some big plays with the option, and East Mississippi answered back a number of times and did a great job of putting points on the board, but yet it just wasn't enough.
So Holmes improves to 3-4 overall. They're now 3-1 in MAC-JC North Division play. EMCC has dropped 2 decisions here in North Division play, and so it was a rough night for EMCC. 49-42. They dropped back-to-back games for the first time in, I don't know, probably in Buddy Stevens' tenure. I don't have all those stats in front of me at the moment. We'll take a look at some stats here in just a bit. We're going to hope to talk with Buddy Stevens in just a few minutes as he's leading his team through a post-game prayer around the 35-yard line. Eddie Hammond is downstairs. He'll have him here momentarily. But the Lions have got to regroup if they want to make the playoffs. They've got Kahoma next week in Northeast. Certainly games they feel like they can win. And so the Lions certainly aren't out of things. We'll play next week at 7 o'clock over in Clarksdale against the Kahoma Community College Lions. I thought they just he just broke the huddle, but all of a sudden everybody goes back into formation down there around the 35. Northeast will close out the regular season at 2 o'clock on Saturday the 26th. Let's go down to Eddie Hammond, who's standing by with head coach Buddy Stevens.
Coach Stevens, when you only play a triple option team once, maybe twice a year, really hard to get that in a defensive scheme in a week's time.
Yeah, but you got all summer to get that in too. You got a lot of work that you do during the summer to get those things done, and a lot of clinicking that you do, and it doesn't matter. I mean, it's only football. I mean, it's the same guys that Gulf Coast is coming here and won, and Jones is coming here and won, and we didn't get it done tonight, and that's something that we've got to go back home and get better at, and we got to do our job. I got to do my job, and that's lead the team and finish out this season and finish it out on a high note. Been a long time since we lost 3 ball games in a season and during the regular season. So something that's new for me. It's not totally new, but it's been a long time since it's happened. Still love the guys. I still thought we gave great effort. I still think that we just gotta run the schemes better, and we got to do a better job of finishing drives and not shooting ourselves in the foot offensively and defensively giving up the big play. A big play hurt us again tonight, so we got to do a better job.
I thought offensively, though, you had a lot of things that look a lot of positives tonight.
Yeah, I thought we did too. I mean, we had a fumble. We had 3 penalties. We can't do that. That's totally shooting ourselves in the foot, and it's totally not what we need to do. But yeah, we had some bright spots. We've got some guys that can make plays. Need to see the next couple of weeks, see how many freshmen can make plays, and see what we have going into next year.
Appreciate it, Coach. Good luck.
Very much. Thank you.
Head coach Buddy Stevens here tonight after a loss, and as he said, 2010 since they suffered a 3-loss season,
yeah,
and not something that they're used to doing. And he took full responsibility in the huddle with his players, and that he is the one to blame for what's happened this season.
Thank you, Eddie. Great job with that interview with Coach Buddy Stevens. I know Coach is disappointed. There's some things that you can fix. There's some things you could still do going forward. You got winnable games the next 2 weeks. You have a shot to make it to the playoffs. It's going to be really, obviously, tough to get that one spot. You're fighting to get that number 2 in the North Division, so which means you'd have to go on the road at some point. But there's still life out there, and the Lions will regroup. They'll regroup next week, but they've got to regroup because in the past you've gone to Kahoma, and it's just been one of those easy, winnable games, and it's really not that anymore. Kahoma has has athletes. They're well coached, and they're not quite there yet to get to that playoff level, but they certainly can cause you some problems because they did Jones, and you need to probably look at some of that film and kind of use that to motivate your players to say, hey, you're just not going to walk up there and win that football game, roll your helmet out on the field, and it's going to be a W.
Well, just got to go back, like Coach Stevens says, and go back to work. Look at the film tomorrow and see what mistakes you made and what you can do better. And tough loss, could have gone either way tonight. And tough loss, but got to regroup and get ready for next week.
Coach, we're not going to go through the scoring summary. We'll be here the rest of the evening. We're going to wrap things up here in just a second. 59 carries, though, for Holmes, 420 yards. EMCC was held to just 91 yards rushing. On the flip side, Lions, 429 yards through the air on 38 of 49 passing. Just 3 completions on 6 attempts for Holmes for 65 yards. So rushing the football beat passing the football tonight.
Well, they did, and they had the big plays with the option mainly. The quarterback did a great job of executing on the corner and making the big plays when they need to. And they did have the touchdown pass early in the game. Off the option that you always worry about. Really zeroing in on the option and the quarterback dropping back and throwing the ball. So. The option did win tonight over the drop back passing.
Absolutely. Coach, great job. Eddie, great job. Enjoyed it. Appreciate all your hard work, and maybe we'll be able to do a broadcast at some point in some sport, hopefully football, together in the future. But basketball you can handle, though.
Yeah, I played all 3 in high school.
And
so
congratulations to you on your and you were quite an athlete too. So hopefully the Bulldogs, they will break that record of you being the last coach to win in Knoxville, Tennessee this Saturday. I know you'll have your eyes on that football game. I still see the players carrying you off the field on their shoulders. I was just a wee boy, but that certainly was a memorable
moment. Just 33
moment.
years ago, too.
Gosh, has it been that long?
Been that long, that's right.
Oh, goodness. I'm becoming an old man, Coach. Congratulations.
It was a great win. It was a great win going there and winning.
Congratulations to you, Baker, the Mississippi Hall of Fame. Certainly a great honor.
Thank you,
and we've always called him the favorite son of Mississippi State University. He's been Rocky Felker, for Coach Felker.
Been an honor to be with y'all tonight.
You're not just saying that?
No, I had a lot of fun.
You know what? Eddie, you turned your mic off. You talked into it and you turned it off. Or maybe it died. We'll let Eddie have a comment here in just a second. There you are.
Yeah, I just want to say I really enjoyed listening to it, being in a different position than I'm normal.
Yeah.
That's normal for me.
That can
I'm
be
usually sitting up here watching it, so.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed y'all's analysis of it, and it was.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. First time
Coach.
I've ever done this.
And
you did a great job.
A+.
He said it was a good broadcast.
So for Coach Rocky Felker, Eddie Hammond, Lisa Henning back in the studio, I'm Jason Crowder saying so long, everybody. 49-42, number 8 EMCC upset tonight here in Goodman. Holmes Community College getting their first victory over a Buddy Stevens coach football team from Scuba. That's going to do it. I'm Jason Crowder saying so long, everybody. We'll talk with you next week, 6:30 p.m. rather. Whew. Don't want to get that one right. We don't want to be there at 6:30 a.m. 6:30 p.m., 7 o'clock is the kickoff. Kahoma is the opponent in Clarksdale. This has been a production of EMCC Football on the Lions Radio Network.